Are y'all ready to kick this off?
Let's do it.
Y'all ready to kick this off, baby?
Yes, sir.
Let's get the kickoff, guys.
Let's get it
fucking
going.
Let's go. All right.
Get it going.
Ready?
Square up.
Yes.
3, 2, 1. What is good, my friends? Welcome back to the official Flash Brothers podcast. Today is episode 55. I'm joined here with two guests today. It is the boys once again for season 4, episode 55. It is October 1st today, my friends. First day of the month, so I guess DLC is officially happening this month. We're trying to make it happen in September.
Facts.
My name is Sam. I'll be taking command as the captain of today's voyage with my boys today. Joshimation, the all-star himself, the Star Warrior.
Star Warrior.
Himself, thank you. The word was not coming to me.
No, that's okay.
He is the Star Warrior. It is Joshy, my official star co-host. And joined by our very special guest today, Johnny Bravo of the Gold Tier sponsors, the legendary Johnny Bravo.
Oh, hey there, little mom.
Sharp bait.
Hey, mama.
Hey, mama. Hey, little
Guys, I'm excited for today's episode. We just wrapped up an amazing pregame.
Oh, yeah.
As usual, we got a lot of the Johnny lore today. So if you want to know a little bit of backstory on Johnny and his video game history, what he grew up with, where he was at, it's kind of an in-between of Josh and I. Actually.
Absolutely.
Like on the dot.
I would say it's a good time because you can kind of go along with anybody, right? Because we're all talking about what games we're playing throughout the time.
Absolutely,
and it's all spearheaded by Johnny. It's honestly kind of peak.
You can say he's the missing link?
I would say the missing link.
Chain gang.
You are the missing link. Goodbye. You guys ever watched The Missing Link?
What is that from?
It was literally a show.
Called The Missing Link?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh
it was like made after... Okay, so let's go into a little bit of retro. Let's make this the pop topic.
Let's do a pop
today,
topic,
boys.
Let's do
because
it.
I had one and this is way better. Let's go into...
Wow.
This was a show. Do you remember? Let's go into TV. I want to make the discussion topic kind of like what we grew up with as far as like family entertainment, I'd say. So for me, that was definitely a TV, okay? Way before, my mom had like a family computer, but only she had a password to up until like maybe I was like getting in the middle of middle school. It was the first time I ever used an email address. You know, MySpace didn't exist yet. YouTube didn't exist yet. It was dial-up. So at that time period, growing up, TV was really all we had, right? And the shows that my parents liked to watch would be like drama shows, sometimes reality TV, but not really.
What's a good drama show?
Dude, my mom watched a lot of CSI and a lot of Law and Order.
Dude, I feel like their mom
loved those shows.
was also into like Grey's Anatomy, bro.
That definitely was on there sometimes. I think she deemed some, like, there was some shows she didn't show me, like, she really, like, you know the Zelda stuff, right? It was like, I wasn't allowed to, like, watch these things. My mom really had, like, those kind of bars and watch on the shows we watched. So, truly, I grew up on a lot of Nickelodeon and a lot of,
kind of
4 Kids, right? A lot of,
4 Kids?
Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh!
Dude,
Absolutely.
I used to watch the 4 Kids Yu-Gi-Oh! Dub. It was on, during Sonic X.
Yeah,
Say 4 Kids, dude.
With like Johnny Test.
Yes.
The first episode of Sonic X is so hard, by the way. It's the best episode, right? It's so tough.
I fuck with it so much.
I've watched it
so much. That's an amazing show.
Did you guys know they also did a 4 Kids dub of One Piece? Did you guys know this? This was after my time.
Wait! Yes, I did.
But
because I had seen One Piece growing up, the pictures of the characters and what it looked like in Nintendo Power.
Right.
And then on TV, I saw commercials.
Yeah.
Right?
With like,
but when you guys showed me One Piece, I was like, wait, I've heard of this.
Yeah.
But it looks different. I don't know.
Right.
So did they just like give over the rights and didn't they redo it?
Yeah.
Like from 4 Kids?
Yeah,
One Piece?
they literally got they bought it as a package. It was before anime really came to the West, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like the beginning of this like break, because actually it's really, really fascinating looking like how anime blew up in the US.
Okay.
Because Akira was literally the movie that caused people to say, "Oh my gosh, Japanese animation is really."
He's
fascinating."
actually on point on that.
I
Akira.
promise, I am so fascinated by the history of anime and the way that it's kind of changed through our culture, American culture, and how it's become what it is now. It's honestly so fascinating because there really is no other medium like it. It really is like some of the most incredible animation
unique, man.
with the top tier actors and animators. It's like every single like story, especially when you get into our West, because there also comes this like vibe of people enjoying a dub, like 4Kids, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of is like something to think about.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating.
Yeah. And so you can still access like the dub of the 4Kids, can't you?
Yeah,
Like,
it's on YouTube.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Pretty different. Right? Like the stuff like growing up with like even just in that time period with 4Kids and growing up with Full House, right?
Yeah.
So some like shows like that. Unfortunately, not Friends. I wish I like grew up watching Friends and like some other shows and stuff.
Yeah,
but I watched
I
those like
love
as an
TV
adult, actually, right? It's kind of like you like going into like Modern Warfare 2. That's what it reminds me of. It's like you starting here and then being like, oh, whoa,
Dude,
right?
what a life.
I even actually an early memory, just as a tidbit, real quick, is Star Wars, because I remember being like 8 years old. Okay, I can't remember the exact year. I remember I was super young, and I just remember walking into GameStop, and I had a 64, and like I think it was actually like an electronics in like the mall, or like Fred Meyer or something. We just like walked through, and there's a big billboard for Star Wars Episode 1, and I'm like, I'm starting to understand things like lore-wise on a deeper level and appreciate it more, right? So it's like, I was so confused on Episode 1. I could not literally wrap my little boy brain around it. I was like, wait, Dad, I thought Star Wars already came out and you said you watched it growing up. He's like, I did. It's still coming out. But this is Episode 1. Right. We got Episode 4, 5, and 6. How?
Dude.
This is Episode 1.
Yeah.
I like couldn't understand it, dude. Like, and I watched it and like, like that's a precious memory to me of the time period.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of talking about
because it's a New Hope now, but when it first was released, it was also called the original Star Wars. So there's a lot of
I didn't know that.
Remember it as the original
The
Star Wars,
original
and then
Star
Empire Strikes
Wars.
Back being the
Episode
sequel to the
5.
movie Star Wars, because that's what
I
it was originally
see.
called. Recently, it has been changed. I mean, like somewhat recently.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like since
to,
the
to wrap up
the Phantom Menace and like
the new trilogy.
the
whatever.
prequels.
Yeah.
which are,
After the prequels, like I thought it was good.
yeah.
And I did not ingest anything else after that.
I honestly got crazy into it once Force Awakens came out, because that was when it became like almost this like metaphysical like fandom, bro. Like so many people were watching Star Wars and so many people were theorizing. It was like, it's like Xenoblade on steroids, bro. Like everyone's trying to overanalyze
Everything,
They just
man.
reset the canon when Disney first reset it, and so it was gonna tell this like concessive story. Yo,
What's up,
Reese, what's good, baby?
Hey, what's going on, dudes?
What's going on,
All
dudes?
Freaking casting in
Yeah,
here?
we're casting this bitch.
Yeah, casting the bitch up.
Dude.
We can pause though.
Dude, that
Absolutely. We're officially back. All right. We have also we got a very special guest over. He's chilling
Yes.
in the room.
Like
He's
a
gonna
villain,
listen in
dude.
on the
Yeah.
podcast
In the
today.
background.
It is Reese.
Scheming.
Shouts to Reese.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. He's chilling, baby. So he'll just be in the back. He'll be like the who'd you say from
Jamie.
Joe right? The Jamie.
Jamie,
So if we had like a
fact
fact
check.
check, Reese
Fact
like,
check.
oh, I
Please,
got
if
you.
we have checks,
Jamie,
we have to
look
fact.
it up.
Yeah, facts. I
There's
don't
only
fax
checks
much
we have to
anymore,
fact.
but like, yeah.
If you have to fax,
all the
then
facts.
check.
It's an
Yeah,
unofficial,
facts and
official
checks.
opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is live.
Got it, baby.
We don't like AI.
Like Chad.
Yeah, I actually I do have something AI related
Oh my God.
coming up. Though.
Okay.
And
Get into
actually,
it.
I think you're gonna like it.
Let's get into it.
because it's a wow for me, dog.
Oh, is it?
You know what I'm saying, guys? Yeah. So back to the off topic. All right, the off topic, pop topic. I wanted to ask family shows growing up. Something as a family usually watched together. For me, it was like Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy.
How old
Those
were we
two,
talking about?
huh?
How old?
Like growing up. So I'd say like grade school to maybe at latest the end of middle school. So like latest like 14.
I have an insane answer for you, and I don't think you're ready for it.
All right.
I really.
So
think.
I want to paint for you the example of me is all these shows, okay? Because it was Wheel of Fortune, and that became the favorite, and then it was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Right.
That became my favorite show growing up, and then it was that one show we talked about on pregame, Missing Link.
Missing Link.
Oh yeah.
It's facts right there.
Oh yeah. And then actually, you know, a show was pretty good, but I thought it sounded stupid. Was Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Yeah.
Same type of vibe.
Dude, there's
Did you
some
guys ever
bullshit.
watch,
I mean, Michigander education coming here, right?
Yeah.
But clearly, I didn't know some shit.
Clearly,
Did you guys have
it's from some like, academic
Yeah.
fucking S tier school.
AFV at all?
AFV?
AFV, America's
Funniest Home Videos. I love those.
When Bob Sack was in there, bro.
Dude, what was his name?
Bob Saget.
No, it's Tom Bergeron.
Bob Fett.
What? Bob Whoa.
Well, there's
Sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Tom Bergeron was one when I was a kid. Not Bob. Was it Bob Saget?
Bob
Yeah, Bob
Saget
Saget.
for sure.
Yes.
But it's different,
yeah.
different
That's what he
generations, so I
got.
think he's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he-
Yeah,
It
there
is
was
Tom-
an OG guy.
It is Tom
before
Bergeron.
Bob
He
Saget.
also did Dancing with the Stars. He was
Yes.
like a
Oh,
host on
really?
there, Remember?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the black dude.
No. But I'm all for it, brother.
He did that, you know, the guy off
I would
Academy,
love
like-
me some family. What is it? Steve Harvey. That's my
Ah,
boy,
yes.
dude.
Yes,
That's my
dude.
boy.
Steve Harvey is
He's so
legit
funny, bro.
OG of everything in that entertainment on live TV, bro.
The
Like,
stare, the 1,000-yard
Steve Harvey
stare he
is-
gives when they say something
Just-
inappropriate.
Dude.
He'll just be like,
Dude,
It is comedy, bro.
It's so funny.
One of my family's favorite game shows to watch was Silent Library on fucking MTV, bro.
Whoa, wait.
Silent Library.
Silent Library,
Where's
bro.
that?
What is that one?
So it's the game is played in a library. It's a group of people. They spin a dial, and it picks like a random thing they have to do.
Dude.
And usually it revolves in something like a humiliation. Like they have to eat something disgusting, smell a fart, or whatever. Like it's gags,
Fear
but
factor.
dude, it is so hilarious because they have to be quiet. If they're too loud, they get kicked out.
That's so crazy.
Ooh.
Uh,
I love
Blade used to tell me about that one. I'm not kidding. Because I never
Silent
had
Library
NTV.
is low key
Silent
the
Library.
best game show
I
you've
think
ever
I've
heard.
heard of it. Actually.
Did you guys watch Ridiculousness?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Robin Big,
Rob
Nitro
Rob
Circus,
Dyrdek, bro.
uh,
What's the girl's name?
Chanel.
Chanel West Coast, dude. Chanel West Coast.
Gang, gang.
But
She was
just
low-key.
you
Fine.
seems like a nice lady.
That's
but,
funny.
you know.
Seems lovely.
Yeah. Real lovely.
Real lovely.
So wait, there's another show that Kel's parents are watching right now. That has it's like 4 best friends and they prank each other and they're doing
Yeah.
Oh, Impractical
Impractical
Jokers.
Jokers, yeah.
That
Yes,
show
dude.
is so funny.
That
dude.
is so funny.
He get,
Freaking,
It's genius.
yeah.
They're the new guys. They don't have that one guy anymore. What's
No.
his name?
He like,
Joey?
yeah, he,
Or,
Oh, so we're watching like the reruns.
yes.
yeah, reruns for sure.
Oh yeah.
But they're still so funny, dude.
So funny.
Like those
It's
public.
classic,
it
dude.
really is good humor, bro. Real.
Yeah. Well, you want to wrap there? You guys want to rendezvous?
No, it's Rendezvous.
Rendezvous.
Let's rendezvous, baby. Okay, let's
Let's
jump into
run,
it. Catch
baby.
me up, Joshy. You said you've been excited
Dude,
to get to today's episode.
yeah, I don't want to take too much of Johnny's time. But I also want to say...
I say take all of it.
No,
Use
I
it all.
couldn't do it. I couldn't
Spend
do
it.
it. But I will say, me and Sam haven't caught up in a little bit.
Yes.
And I played a lot of stuff, watched a lot of stuff, and read a lot of stuff.
Yes, bro. This is
Yeah.
what I was talking about with the Horizon
Yes.
on pregame.
So
Yeah.
I read. I found this. Can I talk about this now?
Please,
Okay.
bro.
Okay. I found this. This what's called a manhwa, right?
Yes.
Which is a Chinese manga, right?
Uh-huh.
But all that really means is that it's in a very similar style to some other Japanese things, but also, to be honest, culturally, so much darker. Like, if you thought Attack on Titan has some disturbing moments, this is genuinely, like, one of the hardest reads I've had in a minute. I'm not kidding. I want to really...
bro.
I really want to, push that on. I'm not gonna say too much because I think maybe I want to see if you guys would read it sometime soon. Maybe we could even do a DLC episode on it. Maybe.
Sure, yeah.
Something like that. You guys don't give a fuck. It's cool. I'm just playing.
Zero,
I'm just playing. But I don't really want to spoil the ending too much, but I will say I want to talk about it more because I finished it all in like 2 days, right? A day and a half, basically. And it was seriously like a whole experience I had. Really. It's a really tough story to read, but it's so worth the end. It really is so worth everything.
It's coming from a Berserk lover.
That's exactly right. Yeah, there's Attack on Titan, that rumbling gets pretty rough, you know what I mean? That's some pretty like kind of gory stuff.
Pretty
right?
real shit.
Yeah. So, just being able to
Actually, it's not that gory, remember?
Yeah,
it always hides it just
they take
at
it
the
out.
right time.
The manga had when that kid first, not to get a little
graphic.
graphic, but that kid that
Lord.
dies, remember?
Yes.
Who gets stomped on?
Yes.
They show so much more in the manga.
Do they?
Oh,
It's
damn.
very disturbing.
Oh.
It's very disturbing.
Oh.
And and obviously it's not moving, so it can't go by fast. So just a lot
You
of
get a stare.
I'm sure it's the same
yeah.
in Berserk, no?
Oh
Like,
my god, Berserk even worse, dude. That shit is rough.
Yeah.
Seriously, that is.
Reese, have you seen Berserk?
I have not.
What?
It's
No.
on the list.
Reese,
on the
what
list.
year
It's
did
on the list.
Berserk come out, bro? What year did it come
Dude,
out?
wasn't it in the 90s or?
Yeah,
right?
I think it was. No, I think it was 80, 89 or 88. I think it was 88.
was
88
late
was when it started.
Yeah.
And then late 80s
It's
and
gotta
then
be.
all throughout the 90s, and it's still technically coming out.
You know, the
The
first
story
Legend
is
of
cool.
Zelda came out in 86.
That's incredible.
Just for reference, that's
Just-
always that's point of reference for me. It's like, okay, what the heck? Where are we at in history?
Right.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Such a
All
fun
right.
thing to think about.
So
Yes.
this sounds nuts. I'm sorry. What's it called again?
It's called The Horizon.
The Horizon.
The Horizon.
Yeah.
Not for the faint of heart, but seriously, an incredible story.
Deep read.
Deep
read.
read.
Do you
very
like deep reads, Johnny?
Here and there. I don't really read much, I'll be honest. Would that surprise you?
I mean, depends.
Not
Depends
really.
on what you consider.
I read
'Cause
blueprints.
And engine parts.
Mama.
Yeah.
Mama.
And research, that's about it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, out of a job. Like what do we read, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I really
personal.
just read like instruction manuals and stuff.
Mm.
It's tough though.
Are you
I'll
on,
be
the,
honest
on the
with you.
shitter. Read more.
Oh, I'm like looking up like parts and stuff. I'm
So
like,
fun.
oh,
Is
I
it
need
getting
that for my
harder
truck?
too?
Yeah.
Like the more away from high school you get, it's like suddenly you're
No,
forgetting English.
no. Like some things, yeah, but like the way I look at it is like the knowledge that I acquire is more of like things that I'm into. I've never been. It's been very hard for me to like, and I was a 4.0 student, or yeah, I was a 4.0 student,
You were perfect.
almost.
You were.
English whooped my ass every
Oh,
time.
dude.
Every
That's
time.
true.
I fell asleep.
And it's just not one of those things that I'm not good with English. I can't learn Spanish. I can't learn.
I can't.
I'm not
English.
into that stuff. But in general, though,
Spanish. These guys were learning it for a minute, bro.
Yeah, dude. I still have to speak it a little bit at the job.
Yeah.
yeah,
Dorian's getting to like actually.
Dude,
really
Dorian's
use it
insane.
now.
I was on the phone with him this morning.
he's gonna have the white Spanish.
The white Spanish.
Mhm.
He's gonna have the white Spanish. We did talk about that. That would definitely be Dorian.
Yeah.
So I want to know from you
Mhm.
what you got going on this week, or I guess did you said you had more that you wanted to catch up on?
I'll summarize, but you and I can talk off cast.
Okay. Yeah.
I wanna get to Johnny's stuff.
Yeah.
But I just played a good deep amount of Xenosaga episode 3. Holy shit, is it so good, dude. It's so like the drama is genuinely so compelling at this point in the story that it's like I'm locked in. Like this is some crazy good stuff. And then I just wanted to mention I am also reading Boruto. I'm on chapter. I really want to read this whole series and kind of give it a whole look down because I was so into Naruto. I love Naruto so much.
Shippuden especially.
Shippuden was so peak, bro. It genuinely is one of the best shows I've seen. Genuinely. And I hopped on it late, bro. I didn't watch it a lot as a
Can I
kid.
just hop into Shippuden?
Yeah, you can.
No, bro. You gotta watch OG Naruto.
Yeah,
bro.
but
that is the
you
story
can
of him.
piece it together.
Nah,
easily.
you could, but I think for the emotional impact, you have to. You have to watch. You have to see like this kid, like, and how his whole thing is that like he's hurt by the world, and every single villain in Naruto and Shippuden, their whole thing is they were hurt and therefore they hurt. So Naruto digs deeper. This dude, this main character, digs so much deeper into all these villains to a point.
No, I
where
get
it's
it.
like, bro.
Yeah, I get it.
It's so.
You're of all the categories, you were definitely an emotional impact type
Yeah,
of thing, you know?
for sure.
I think with like the actual story
So you need
itself,
that
though,
lore.
I
started
need
on
to
Shippuden.
keep loving it. Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you
then
weren't confused by the Gaara stuff? Because when I started Shippuden, I remember it was like started in the desert,
Yeah.
like checking on
first
Gaara.
first season. Yeah.
But then there's also like you see the pre-time skip of Sasuke and Naruto when they first run into each other, and then all of the beginning of Shippuden is like a flashback.
Yeah, he's like trying to hunt down Sasuke.
Yeah, because Sasuke at the end of the original series like betrays the village and like leaves to try and find his brother, Orochimaru, because his older brother
It's been
Itachi
a while since I've
killed
talked about
all
this
his
shit.
people. Dude, I'm glad you're remembering these names though. It's so good. It's so incredible. It left such a mark on me. I really just want to see where the story is going now, and it's been really fun because it's going in a lot
That's
of
good,
ways.
because I don't, honestly, memes aside, hear a lot of Boruto talk.
Dude,
Lot.
Or a good
me
one.
neither. Yeah, or anything good about it. That's the thing, is that I'm approaching this kind of like me and Dory talked about Boruto all the time and just how lame it seemed and how much we didn't want to get into it. And literally I was on the phone with him the other day telling him all this on how it's genuinely like really interesting and pretty good. And he's like, damn, dude, because JJK also ended, I want to say.
He's like, hey, I'm holding it back.
No,
back the tears.
yeah.
Hold.
This is a very interesting turn of events because the story is just done. Right?
Yeah.
And now we can reflect on everything that has happened, and I'm still reflecting on it. And I'm definitely feeling a lot of things about
Satisfied?
right now, no.
Really?
Yeah, 100% honesty about
Damn,
JJK.
bro.
I think Shibuya and the Hidden Inventory arc are two, and even the Culling games after, are three of some of the best shonen anime has been in a long time. And truthfully, it just slowly kind of doesn't answer your questions over and over and over and over.
That's so frustrating.
And wanting lore and wanting to care about this world, we were all convinced, the whole JJK community, that there was going to be a Heinen era flashback that goes over Sukuna's origin. And, I mean, that's wishful thinking, but at the same time, it's like there's a lot of questions that we want to know the answers to.
But they could, like, make more, right?
I guess, but to be honest with you,
like another series?
Gege Akutami doesn't even like the series that much. He only continued it because he made a one-shot that was called, like, Tokyo Polytechnic Spirit Academy.
Right.
JJK Zero was what it was called originally, or what it was originally called before they called it JJK Zero. He was told to just make more of that series, and he didn't really even want to. He like wanted to move on to another project. So at the end, it basically says, be ready for Gege Akutami's next project. Because to be honest with you, he's probably going to be more like
hands-on.
No, more locked in for it. Because it's like his choice of what he wants to do.
Right. Yeah.
And you might not even
kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it's. I mean, okay, but that's the thing. I'm working through the emotions.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should talk about it all right now because
for sure.
that's immediate feelings.
For sure.
That also might not be the point of the story.
Right.
And like you getting your hopes up for something. Who said this? Did you say this? Someone said this. Okay.
I probably said this.
Someone said getting your hopes. Yeah, it was the guy on Reddit, right?
Dude, it was that
guy on Reddit.
insane quote.
Yes.
Yeah.
Could you find it maybe? Because, dude, this guy, I'm going to butcher it if I try to say it.
What was it from?
It was from Super Mario Sticker Star. Or no, Sticker Star. Oh, my God.
It was just a random
Mario.
Reddit quote, right? Like, I'm pretty sure
because they were talking about Paper Mario, and you were reading all the things people were saying about the changes, remember?
Yeah.
And so you saw this comment of basically being like, fan expectation is not a reason to truly be upset at the product.
Yes.
Right? Because that's your expectation onto something. Don't write expectation. I'm not saying don't expect big things from big companies. I'm saying understand like what you're expecting, right?
Yes.
And just allow. It's why a lot of people. By the way, I wanted to talk about. There's a new Last of Us Part 2 trailer.
Oh.
Live action. Did you see that at all?
No, I didn't. I saw that it
This
came
is
out.
incredible.
Yeah?
This is incredible.
It's like
You're interested.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm not really too crazy about
No,
the-
that's why
the TV
I'm a little
show.
shocked.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it looks really good. But I can't tell if that's a lot of my love for Last of Us 1
Hype?
and 2. Hype for sure, but like it's hype because of how much I love that game. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Of
Alright,
course.
so we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Dude, yeah, that's exciting. I was gonna try to find the quote, but I remember what the essence. It was definitely along the lines of like, it's not right for us to judge a medium based on expectations.
Mm-hmm.
So that's comparison, and that's also our own things we make up.
What you made
So
up.
it's not fair to like Pokemon
Exactly.
to get mad that it doesn't have these things that they never said. You know, you're just making assumptions and you're wishful thinking and dreaming.
Right.
There's
Until
nothing
they
wrong
made
with that.
Arceus, by the way.
And let
And I was like,
amazing.
oh, I guess it's the whole thing that we've always been wanting.
Yeah, but it can be tough because
No,
if
but
you're
I'm
just
with you.
always wanting, you know, it's exactly as you're saying. Take it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
That's the
I'm
whole
all
point.
about that,
That's-
right?
that's
like
what you
it's
gotta
whatever
do.
they really want to give you.
Yeah.
You know,
And I gotta.
you just want more.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good feeling though. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It
It's
is.
not a bad feeling
It
at
is.
all.
No, it's a positive one.
It's a good
Yeah,
one.
it should feel that way.
Should.
Johnny,
Yeah.
catch us up, bro. You said actually you've been really busy this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, can I say something real quick? Astrobot. I'm sorry. I played some of
Astrobot.
that, but we'll talk about that later too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But Astrobot, I've been playing a little bit.
Astrobot is-
Sorry, bro.
He's like,
I'm
we've
like,
been playing-
listen here.
listen
Like,
here,
what's
I'm not
happening
done yet.
No, we've been playing
Oh,
too,
me, man.
Kendall and I, and it's
Let's go.
phenomenal. Actually
It's
phenomenal.
peak.
Reese, have you a PS5?
No.
Okay, you gotta play this game.
Trip
Astrobot.
FG.
I'll show you when we're.
Sounds like you have to get a
we're done
PlayStation
recording.
5, bro.
Absolutely.
So,
Nah, get the new PS Pro, bro. This thing's gonna be so tough.
$800.
PlayStation 5 Pro, baby.
with
Well,
the-
it's $700, but if you want the
PlayStation
stand
5 look
and
like trash,
a
bro.
disc drive, it's $800.
yeah.
Yeah. PlayStation 5, those graphics look like trash.
By the way-
I'm so glad there's a Pro.
No, me too,
Like,
bro.
seriously.
Well, have you seen all the
I've been
PS4
doing-
games it can play?
Dude, it's only running PS4 games.
Ouch!
Except for...
No, I'm not kidding. There was a news article that I looked at on IGN
Yeah.
yesterday
Ooh.
that said new list of. They just had an update. New list of games that added support for the Pro.
What?
Dude, 80% of the list is PS4 games.
It
I'm
literally
not
is still
kidding.
PS4
Until Dawn.
Until dawn.
That's
It's
2014.
listen.
Dude,
Maybe this is the opposite of what I was just talking about with wishful thinking. Okay, but all I'm seeing is they're putting resources into something that doesn't need it. So they're taking away from and money, resources, jobs, and time into things that actually matter.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, a little mini rant.
No, I'm with you 100%.
You know what I mean?
I am 100% with
For
you.
$800.
Yeah, come on. Like, it really is.
Where's the money going? Where's the
Dude,
PS5
it's the
Pro
AI
experience?
support, bro. That thing takes
I
a lot
forgot.
of money
I
to
forgot.
make. You got to
Yeah.
build that thing brick by brick.
I will say, to their merit, the update that added the, hey,
Oh, the Hey PlayStation.
hey PlayStation, it actually works phenomenally.
Really?
Let's
Truly.
test that out.
I had my controller in the middle of my room, and I just said, hey PlayStation, was using it and stuff. I think I have it programmed so it won't turn it on, but you can program to turn it on if you want. And you can program it to do anything that you basically ask, like
So it's
Alexa to
It's
do.
listening to you every second.
I don't know about that, man.
Oh my god.
Do you know where the
this
mic is, though?
stupid.
It's on your
Remote.
remote.
It's your controller.
It's your Jeff controller.
Yeah.
No.
You can also program it to mute right when you turn it on anyway.
Dude, that controller is incredible. Did you see that they made an Astrobot controller?
Yes, I
Dude,
did.
Sam, I am
You
so
need
pissed.
that,
I
dude.
wish I
Hey,
could have it,
What
bro.
about the classic PlayStation Collection controller?
Oh, dude, that
And
one
what
does-
about the Chrome Dip controllers they just announced as well?
Oh, Chrome Dip is crazy.
Chrome Dip.
Yes.
Actually, we can talk about that in a sec because I got a news article that brings that up.
Let's
so
get into it.
let's do you want to talk about anything on a personal note, Johnny?
All I played was some Battlefield 2042.
Oh,
Really?
It sucks ass, but I was playing it with my brothers because it's like one of the few crossplay games we have.
Oh yeah.
Because I have to run a PlayStation 4 version of it to play with them because they have Xbox Series 1.
So that's like one of the few examples you literally go in the store and you download the PS4 version and
Yeah.
not the PS5 version.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's on different servers, right? Is that it?
Yeah, it's like different architecture
Well,
too. Like
think about
they
it
could
this
look
way:
the same,
if the
but
game can load
it's
and
programmed.
everything, the parameters are more of a PC.
Mm.
Yeah.
But you can
That's
still
like
play
its own
PC
server.
on PlayStation.
Well,
4.
that's like the thing with Power World, right? Like, did you see how the servers work on it? It's
I
not,
haven't looked into
not
it.
cross-platform yet.
Yeah.
They're working on it, but yeah,
Which is
right
what I
now
saw
it's
something.
basically just co-op, but you can also play online, like with friends and stuff, you know.
Power
But they don't have servers locked in yet. It's just a PlayStation server.
Wow.
Right now. Yeah.
So we can't play together?
We can't, not with your PC account. And I'm not sure
get
about
another
account transfer.
Uh-oh.
You wouldn't.
I might. It's only
I'm like,
$30, bro.
it's 30 bucks.
It's not a $60.
I was just telling Josh that I was thinking about buying Power World.
Can you run 3?
Yes, you can run up to 6. You can
Yo,
have, like, up
podcast
to
game,
6
bro?
people.
Oh
Dude.
my gosh.
Flash Bros Gaming, bro.
We you know what we
three
could
of us?
literally do is we could do it on like if we like actually got no because I guess it wouldn't really work for Johnny because of his work schedule. We figure it out, but we could do like a day of the week that we like are all running Power World.
Dude. That
Sounds like fun.
tough, bro.
Sounds like a blast. I haven't had a dedicated gaming time since my League of Legends days. So if you remember those, well,
go.
reached us. We lived together. So
Do her.
yeah. So anything more, Johnny?
And I've been playing Helldivers.
I was gonna.
Alright.
I literally
Sorry.
was about to ask you.
Still on
Because
it.
Yeah, dude, that-
you
the
said
game's so fun,
Battlefield,
dude.
and I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, I thought you were like so into Helldivers, but
Yeah.
you can't play that with your brothers.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. But the thing is, though, is that Helldivers, like I said, is like it's consistently updating. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a they're nerfing something or whatever. But dude, when you get into the grind of that game, it's so much fun because you can just keep elevating it to be harder and harder and harder, or you can like dial it down if you just want a laid back experience. But the other cool thing about it is that just the variety of missions, and every time you conquer a planet with the whole rest of the Helldiver community, they move on, switch the battlefront to a different spot in the galaxy, but maybe it might be instead of bugs, the Omnitrons and shit.
Oh.
And those are like the
Yes,
Terminator
yes,
bastards.
The
Yeah.
scary motherfuckers.
Are they still doing the thing you talked about where like they have live people
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
they can dictate
like,
how
manipulating live maps?
a planet like handles like certain kinds of missions. So like so they just added this new feature called fortification. Pretty much you're guarding like a certain area.
Okay.
And the cool thing is if you know anything about Helldivers is you can also deploy sentries. It's pretty much a third person tower defense game with waves.
That sounds sick.
It's like
fire.
and you can
whatever
you
from
can
Halo.
still
I was gonna
call
say it's
in
like
your,
balloons.
It's like
tower
balloons.
defense, but
Yeah.
3D.
Yeah, but dude, the gunplay in that
AI, baby.
You can call
PS5 Pro. Let's get it.
call in your airstrikes at just like the rest of the time.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so like you can have like 2 sentries, 2 like bombs or orbital cannon things. Or,
Oh, yeah.
Or you could do even like a rover that like there's a little hover guy that helps you out with like just shooting regular guys. So you can add double the manpower on firepower if you need to. It's just a fun game.
Yeah, no.
It's a fun
It's cool how creative it is, and it looks really good,
It's so good.
like graphically and everything.
Yes.
I love the design. Guys, let's segue now
Segue.
into our first official segment.
Paul Blart.
If you all are down, and we got Joshy anchoring our next segment coming up right now. We're jumping into the song, no?
I'm with it. I'm with it.
We got the news flash.
News flash. News flash.
Oh, speed it up.
News flash.
Jesus.
News flash. News flash.
I really got some news.
Flash. Hey, hey, hey. News flash. News flash. Hey, you got that with it. News flash.
Got the
Hey,
drum set.
hey. News flash. You got it with it.
Fireworks.
Dude, let's go, bro.
Shimmy out. Boys, we're here. We got the Joshimation
Point sound.
Station in the house. I do want to say from our amazingly not so amazing hot evening here in Phoenix, Arizona. It is currently 97 degrees with a high of 111 today and 79 low. What the hell happened, bro?
It's crazy.
Last week was so beautiful, and
2 weeks
you know,
ago.
Oh, it was 2 weeks ago now.
2 weeks.
Well, we got, according to the forecast, one more week of hell before we're in
How
We're
long?
back in the 90s.
How long does it feel like we've been saying that?
I feel like
Come
I've said
on.
that 4 episodes in a row.
I swear.
It's okay.
Every
guys.
time.
It's okay.
It's besides 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which was beautiful.
It'll get back,
I
and
know.
then it's gonna be.
You know what I'm
freezing
looking
balls.
at? You know what you should really look at on these charts is the lows.
Yeah.
Right? Because the lows is like, oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
The low in about a week is 67 degrees.
Yeah.
I am all about that,
Yeah,
baby.
dude.
Are you
Where
serious?
it's brisk in the morning.
Woo!
That's some good shit, dude.
If I'm not,
Some good
if I'm not
shit,
shaving icicles off my nips, I don't want any
That's
part
what
of it.
I'm saying.
Joshy, do you got any news for us this week, bro?
Just a couple.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm honestly.
I honestly briefed some news and honestly,
Yeah,
I was kind of bored.
I'm a little bored, so I got a couple things that I'm really excited for. Looking forward to.
Hell yeah.
Just one before this one, Black Clover is coming back in November.
Oh!
So, yeah, 3 whole new chapters, which is a lot. Usually you get a chapter a week.
Okay.
So it's coming back in November, and they might do a weekly thing, or they might drop 3 chapters at once.
It's kind of hype to get 3 at once.
Dude,
I kind of like that
hype
format.
as fuck. November 15th.
Okay.
On Giga Jump. So
Hell yeah.
I'm pretty excited, buddy.
Let's go.
I love
Let's
that
go,
one.
baby.
It's ending soon. Everything's ending soon. JJK ended.
It's been going on forever.
JJK ended. Yeah.
Again.
271 chapters.
It's all over.
My Hero ended with 430 chapters.
Really?
Fire Force, you know this one?
Yes.
You guys heard of this one? Ended with 304 chapters. And then Black Clover, we're assuming it's ending soon. Freaking Demon Slayer's manga ended back in 2020.
2020?
It's been done since then, yeah. And then, Tokyo Revengers ended in 2022, 278. Dr. Stone is ended. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh, and also Promised Neverland ended 2020 as well. The ending of the manga happened. Which I feel like, shouldn't we have known that? 2020?
We've been known, right?
2020.
Because
but
I think
we
it just
watched it
kind of
in the
dropped
house.
off for us because of the animation.
True.
Kafunka.
Facts.
I actually really liked season 2 though, watching it.
Yeah, low key.
So,
Low key.
did you see it?
Season 2?
Yeah.
No, but I want to.
I really recommend it.
Really?
Despite it deviating from the manga, right? The big
That was good.
the big taboo of making anime. Like, but
It was just-
I honestly thought it was done really well, and I really liked the direction they took it. So I was satisfied with it.
I'm with it 100%.
But I don't know the OG manga, so I probably would feel differently, I will say, if I read the manga first. So I think it's just because I watched the anime first.
I'm with it.
You know.
100%. Another thing I was looking at, Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom,
Yes,
Came out
sir.
September 26th.
September 26th,
That's
baby.
crazy.
It's been out for like 4
Been
days,
out for
5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People like it.
People
Yeah.
love it.
The reviews look
Have you-
amazing.
Do you want me to read the score?
Please.
Yeah, so IGN gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yes, sir.
I thought it'd be up there with it. Screen Rant also did a 9 out of 10. But I kind of want to see.
You were talking
Did you look at
shit
any-
about Link's Awakening.
It's got
I know,
a
that's,
85%.
That's such a plus, honestly. That's what makes it even better, is like having lower
you have to play
expectations,
Link's
and then it's
Awakening,
like, oh, fuck yeah.
Metacritic gave it 85. Out of,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, for a Zelda game.
Yeah, it's good as fuck.
As Zelda, I mean.
So yeah, it seems like people
You're
are
playing
liking
as
it.
a
Yeah,
character.
did you
I,
watch anybody
No.
talk about it or anything?
not really.
Really?
Not at all.
Okay.
I just have been seeing what people have been saying kind of on like social media. And
Okay.
Kind of the initial review, which is that people like it.
Yeah.
And it seems like people are enjoying, having a good time
Yeah,
with it.
I watched a couple of reviews. I know quite a bit now
Really?
about what is in store for the game.
Really?
So to keep it spoiler free for anybody out there who wants to experience it, including you, Josh, because I know you would want it spoiler free as
I was
possible.
wanting it as possible.
Very, very fresh. Very fresh. I think I personally, and you know my taste in Zelda, very more traditional, especially with dungeons and items.
Of course.
I think I am going to
It's honestly
personally
gonna be
love it,
Yeah.
and I think you are going to personally love
It'd be
it.
insane.
I think Jade and Kendall are going to personally love
Yeah.
it. With
Yeah.
you, Johnny. I honestly am really excited to play it. I'm really excited to get it when I have money again.
Once we get there, baby.
Once we get there, baby. Christmas, come on up.
Uh-oh.
It's coming up.
What?
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
very, very excited about Echoes of Wisdom. It made me really happy to see and hear everything I did. Can I tell you one thing about it?
Sure.
So
Just
you're
keep it-
not Link. Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd think like, okay, like whatever. And there's a lot of creativity there to balance that.
Right.
And it's a different experience. But
Right.
one of the reviewers just said something really interesting, which is like, I don't know, man. There's something I couldn't scratch of this is a Zelda game. And even though it's so simple, I miss my sword. Right?
Yeah.
They do have they do obviously, I mean, you saw like there's like a link form, so you can use the sword. But it was interesting because I'm like, am I gonna feel that way when I'm playing it? You know,
It's a good question because I mean, it's kind of going along with what they did with Breath of the Wild, which was kind of completely redo the 3D style, jumping and climbing and those kind of things.
oh yeah,
They were testing those kind of things out in like Skyward Sword when you had like a stamina wheel and all that,
Yeah.
and they just made something completely new out of it.
yeah,
So I wonder if you would see it through those eyes of like, this is brand new, right? And kind of it's a completely different thing, right?
Totally.
Or if it wouldn't, I don't know.
yeah.
It's-
I like it better. You know, a game I
Oh.
really fucking liked,
Huh.
almost as a straight up replacement to Zelda, was Cadence of Hyrule.
Cadence
that
of
was one of my
Hyrule.
favorite indie
Wait.
games, just out of nowhere.
Cadence of Hyrule?
Yeah, you remember when they
Crypt
dropped
of the
that during
Necrodancer.
Right, so Crypt of the Necromancer
Yeah.
is the original game,
Right,
right?
right.
That's like on Steam. It's like $2.
Right.
You're right. It's like a rhythm-based game, and you have to go on the beat.
Yeah.
So, and Crypt of the Necrodancer. I mean, have you seen that game? That game is tough.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. The music is like EDM. It's really
Yeah,
good.
it's crazy.
So, like, the same team made this and partnered with Nintendo. It was actually huge because that was one of the first times Nintendo really partnered with some indie studio,
Right.
random indie studio, with the Zelda IP. It's not very common that happens, bro. You
Right.
know, like, especially Nintendo. They're so protective of all their IPs.
Absolutely.
As
I
we
can't
know.
even think of really something else like it.
Tunic.
What is it?
Tunic?
Tunic.
No, like,
Oh.
I see what he's saying.
yeah, yeah.
Like, I see what you're saying.
Zelda-like
too.
game?
Zelda-like
No,
game?
no. I mean,
Done.
like,
Tunic looks so good.
It's good.
But
I,
like, but one like the actual IP, the
Right, I meant like
branding
they use.
My bad, bro.
and
No,
blending
no.
that. No,
Thinking
but
outside the box.
I'm following your page because
He's thinking way ahead of what we are.
No, he like 16
He's six-
states, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12
I
steps
wonder if it's
ahead.
got PS5 Pro enhancements.
Oh.
Probably.
Probably, bro.
Or 700
Um,
better.
Did you have any other news, Joshy?
That was kind of what I was interested in.
Okay.
I mean, in the news of I'm excited they released that controller.
Oh yeah,
I literally thought that when I first was playing the
the
game. I was
Astro
like,
one,
dude, if they released a controller of this,
especially because the controller is like
Oh.
the central theme.
I know. Did you get the Color Lab?
Oh yeah.
Dude, I have this crazy black color on it. It's so tough.
I had Kendall choose like all like the cosmetics and stuff, and she chose like this like the black pink
Yes, that's exactly
Star
what I have.
Galaxy
With
one.
the Galaxy one.
It's
yeah.
so sick,
So
bro,
sick.
and
That's
I love
what
how
it
it
is.
literally affects everything.
It's like your little speeder
You have
from
it-
Kirby or
yeah,
whatever. it's
think
called.
like the
Oh,
Shit.
for
I'm thinking of
Astro-
two things mixed
Astro
together.
Bot, yeah.
Like
Or
the
Astrobot.
what the heck is it called in
What?
Star Wars? They're little ships.
Oh, like
Tie-
the
I want to say TIE Fighter. That's not it.
like
Starwing?
R2-D2s? X-wings.
X-wings.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got you.
Thank you, bro.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
No, yeah,
rescued you
I was
sooner.
thinking of that, and I was also thinking of Star Fox, but like my brain could not.
Those are.
I was at an impasse.
Yeah.
What is that? Starwing?
Dude, from
Star
Star
Fox.
Fox. Yeah, it's a
Reese?
like a Y-wing.
Yeah. What's a fact check? What's
Yeah,
the
fact check.
what's the ship from Star Fox
Yeah.
that everyone's flying? You know, Corneria.
Jamie.
Jamie.
Jamie. All right. I do have some. Huh? Oh, Gray Fox is like the mothership.
That's the mothership.
right? That's like
It's
the
like a
Millennium
Y-wing,
Falcon.
isn't it? They're called Y-wings.
So,
Y wings?
Am I
No. No way, bro.
What are they called, Reese?
R wings?
R wings. It
It's
was
a
too
letter.
easy.
It was a letter.
It was too easy,
letter.
bro. You had it. You had it, Joshy. All right, well,
Fucked up.
I do have some bonus news, some things I thought were interesting, and honestly, more of just the headlines are what stood out. Okay,
Right.
so I just want to bring up a couple of points of conversation here.
I'm with
the
it.
first being
Are you
bringing
with
it
it?
back to what you brought up earlier, Johnny, with the anniversary bundle.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you heard this, but they came out with a huge announcement during the State of Play, I think, of this 30th anniversary bundle across all the like brand new, and even like brand new peripherals.
Yeah.
PS5 Pro, and even the PS Portal, and like the controllers, they all have skins.
They all have
It
your
looks
skins,
beautiful.
bro.
It's like the OG gray.
I loved it. I thought we talked about this last week, though.
We did.
Oh, okay.
But I have a headline that caught my eye,
Ooh.
which said it sold out within seconds. Okay.
Scalpers.
And there's listings on eBay for scalpers wanting 10 grand
10 grand
to quote attempt to buy the sold out system.
Hey, okay. I'm gonna just say this right now. There is brands like D brand. There's brands like like Scuff. All these brands make different shells for the PlayStation 5. Why would you pay money that much for an original PlayStation product?
But there's fuckers out there who would say, no, that's not good enough. I need the genuine
Well,
thing,
you're
right?
stupid.
Yeah, well,
Well, we don't like you very much there, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
this guy writes insults your car. Hey, buddy. Hey, whoa.
Hey, pal.
Hey,
It's got to be genuine there, pal.
How dare you?
No, 10 grand to attempt to buy the console for them.
That's ridiculous. What does that entail? What if they can't get it?
Then you lose your money. They're probably taking off with your money anyway.
Yeah, true.
Right? What the heck is that? What does society come to, bro?
Ridiculous.
Wild. I just thought that was crazy.
It really is wild.
I do
I've
have
been dealing
something
with
else
those
that really
fuckers for
caught
years.
my eye. Oh,
It's beautiful, though.
oh yeah.
It
Danny
is
brought up the pictures.
beautiful.
I am so glad they are continuing
It's
the
so
PS4, the PS Portal, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cool looking.
Yeah.
One day I'm gonna get it.
It's
I'm gonna-
potential.
I'm gonna get one.
It has potential.
It has so much potential. Joshy, I have something that I was curious if you would find this positive in the world of AI. The title is an AI tool,
See.
brand new, is reportedly hauling AI-generated Mario images offline. So this AI tool, I briefed the article. I was really interested in this. I'm like, what is this talking about? This is an example image, okay? Because obviously AI is rampant. So you can just type in whatever you want. So we got a nice picture of Mario on the beach with like a cigarette and a beer.
Oh my god, he's literally.
But it
literally-
looks
Look
looks
at that.
really good.
Why is his beer smoking and his cigarette isn't?
No, that's just a cloud, bro.
No.
No, look at that.
No.
It's smoking.
I love to play Joshy loves this game.
It's
which
smoking.
is this AI or not? Okay.
It's smoking.
So
and then
Joshy
there's
will
no
point
smoke.
out all these discrepancies in
Maybe he's holding
the
two
shadow is
cigarettes.
actually pretty accurate.
Where's the other one? He's got 4 fingers. He has 2 fingers behind him holding a cigarette? No way.
He's missing a finger
Where? Right
On
there?
that one. Yeah, that hand.
on the left hand.
Yeah. Normally he has 4.
He has 5.
Yeah, but he only has.
Wait, yeah, Mario's.
Mario
fingers.
doesn't
5
have
fingers.
5 fingers.
No, he has 5 fingers.
Yeah,
Think
he's
about tennis, guys. Come on.
Yeah, this
Look
ain't
at the way
Yoshi,
he
bro.
looks. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, I briefed the article, Joshy. I'm gonna summarize for you. This is from IGN. All these articles are, and it's
Bless
this next.
Sorry.
It's the company is called Tracer, and they've come up with this AI tool that is brand new. This is a never done idea. All this AI is about generating. This is about degenerating. So the AI tool is a quote next generation brand protection solution.
Wow.
So it's an Annie.
They could
Annie,
sell it to Nintendo.
Yeah, it's an Annie
Yes.
AI.
They're already obviously partnering with Nintendo, or they're trying to prove something. But basically, this is what it does. It constantly finds, analyzes, and stops brand abuse across Web 2 and Web 3 digital channels.
Wow.
Basically, it uses AI against AI generation
It's
for
hunting it
protected
down.
IPs.
Dude,
This could...
this is like Astral Chain, dude. Did you ever play Astral Chain?
No, I didn't.
Dude, so it's like, imagine this. AI is rampant, right?
Okay.
And there's like interdimensional creatures. The only way you can beat those creatures is by using those creatures. And they create what's called the Astral Chain and chain it around their neck. And they're not your friend, right? It's like a creature that you're using. And it's like so insane the way it's set up. That's
crazy.
Platinum
Yeah.
Games.
Platinum Games.
Yeah,
Yep,
Platinum
absolutely, bro.
Killer game.
Yeah. So does this is this hope for you? Because this is hope for me.
I'm so happy hearing this because this is exactly what you need. I don't know if you guys have been on like Google Images trying to find like a picture of something recently, especially like a character like Mario. I was looking for freaking that character from freaking Paranoia Agent, Maromi. And just like everything you find, it'll do just like AI generated images, and they're just everywhere for everything.
Oh yeah.
And freaking dude, it's like it's definitely something that needs to be
It's
in
concerning.
check.
Yes, it needs to be in check.
Dude. It can't be this rampant. So I'm excited. This sounds great. It's Astral Chain, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Use the beast against itself, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
I do have an article here for Johnny as well. It is titled Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 Gets Chunky Version 2.0.0 Update.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Did you hear about this?
No.
Okay.
Shoot me.
What is this, Metal Gear?
This is Metal Gear. This is the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1.
So the
So
one
what
that's
do they
out
add?
now.
Yeah, what
Right.
are they at?
Okay. So on the website, it says the patch is currently only available on Steam, but coming to other platforms at a later date. Coincides with the Steam trading card and badges support, though it isn't unlocked via the patch itself. Okay. Who cares? Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty is perhaps getting the most changes. These include expanded screen settings to include new resolution options, the ability... wow. Words aren't happening right now. The ability to switch cutscenes between the original version and a higher resolution version, and additional control settings.
It's like the way Dragon Quest did it with that one on 11.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they had the old graphics. But that was a little more extreme.
Final Fantasy X did the exact same
did
thing.
it?
Also on Vita. You could switch to the old graphics on the fly on the Vita. One of the most impressive things.
Do you
I've ever
have it
seen.
physically? I'll play that shit on the Vita. Bro.
Yeah,
I have
the
the
Halo
physical.
Master Chief Collection does.
Yeah, same thing.
Peak.
Yeah, super.
He's like, I didn't even
Really,
know that.
I didn't even know that.
The on-the-fly mechanic is what's
It's
most
peak.
impressive.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing
You're
to
like,
go
damn,
into
this was
the
ugly.
settings and you change it, right? But it's another thing to literally press
Have
a
it on the
button.
fly.
Like on Halo, I remember Halo, the Combat Evolved remake. What was
Yeah.
it called? Anniversary
Yeah.
Collection?
Anniversary.
Yeah, Halo Anniversary. So you press the back button, and it literally instantly just black screen, boom, you're playing Halo 1
Insane.
as if back in the
You're
day.
like, oh my god,
That was-
flick.
Oh yeah, you literally see how terrible it
Terrible.
is. How the textures. It's like it's so high res that there's just nothing.
Yeah.
Right? It's crazy. Does this excite you?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Right.
Konami
I'm kind of surprised.
Konami really doesn't know how to fan favor themselves, so I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. This is one of the amongst a lot of bad decisions. I think personally, this is a good one to hear.
I'm not sure if they're even in the game for consumers yet. You know what I mean? Like I think they're just trying to build up hype still.
Yeah.
And that's just how I look at how businesses run.
Oh,
their
yeah.
stuff. But like,
So yeah, let's get into that right now with another point of conversation, which is Sony just doubled the price of Horizon Zero Dawn on the PlayStation Network at the time of the State of Play.
really,
Do you know why?
Because it had a PS5
is it a free?
upgrade.
So yes, they announced that remastered Horizon, right, which to me was the joke on the podcast.
Right.
Of like that was the headline of the PS5 Pro,
PS4
right?
game.
Seriously,
It was
we're
it
remastering
came out
a
the same year as
PS4 game.
Breath of the
Yeah.
Wild.
That's not a classic yet,
Yeah,
my
no,
guy.
it's
Like,
not.
not even close. And I have my own personal vendetta against Horizon Zero
Yeah.
Dawn. And how it's not the Zelda killer, like,
It really
by
isn't.
any means.
It's also-
which is what it was labeled.
It's so clunky and slow, and I can't stand characters that just stand there and have no animation and just talk. Genuinely,
Right. No, and
I think we're
it
getting
just-
out of a.
This, yeah, I have a whole conversation on Aloy specifically as a main character and how
Aloy.
uninspired and how I hate the name personally.
Aloy?
Aloy. I think it's a terrible name.
Aloy? I
I
don't think it's so bad.
I think it's terrible.
Aloy?
Aloy.
Kind of sounds sick.
I like Aloy.
I think
Aloy.
it sounds
Yeah, I'd name my kid Aloy.
sick. I don't know if I go that
Maybe
far.
if she was
I
a
would,
badass,
actually.
man.
Maybe
I
Aloy.
would.
Listen,
Depends if it's like a
Aloy is
redhead,
no
yeah,
Lara
maybe.
Croft.
Aloy.
No,
yeah,
no.
but it's not.
That's
It's not
not-
a story.
But I
like-
think I would like Aloy more if I liked the character.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I guess so. I
She-
just,
in
I,
the-
just I can agree with you, but I'm just saying.
In
I
the
like
first
that.
game, she is.
I'm just dogging a
off-putting.
dog.
She is off-putting in the first game, but
Yeah,
like
and I might feel differently playing.
Horizon Forbidden West
Forbidden West.
is literally like they did take their time
Did
to
you
make
beat
sure
it?
she. Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I beat
Dude.
the first one and the second one. The only thing is I haven't done the DLC yet for the second one.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay, so you
I just
know,
haven't got to.
so they announced this remaster. The remaster is $50. Okay. Horizon, the PS4 version, up until the state of play was $20
'Cause it was
with a
PlayStation
$10 upcharge. So you can pay $10 if you own it and play the remaster.
So now they changed
So
it.
to prevent that, right, you buy the original for $40 now instead of $20. They doubled it, so now you pay $10. Now it's $50.
Well, if you have a CD,
If you have a CD
if
already,
you have
you'd be
the,
like,
if you have
I
the
do.
CD ready, guess what? Just go to GameStop and buy yourself a PlayStation 4 version.
Dude. Yeah. Well, I think it's not about that.
Yeah.
That's obviously, I think what everyone should be thinking.
Right.
Because that's scummy. That's so scummy. Like you
PlayStation
announce
is not
something
making
like
it
new, and then that same day you literally are like, oh yeah, we got to retcon this because,
Yeah.
right?
No, I'm 100% with you. It just goes with everything we were talking about. The remastering of a PS4 game should be something way bigger than what they're even doing. For
Right.
these freaking.
Yeah, how about
Well,
new
they
remaster,
and here's the
quote,
thing is
unquote.
like they have to justify the price.
Yeah.
These are not cheap. You cannot tell me. I don't
That's
care how much.
frustrating, though.
Right. I don't care how much original architecture was already there for this remake. They bragged about how they really redid everything, which is extremely impressive. Horizon's huge.
Agree.
Could you imagine if they did that for Breath of the Wild coming for the Switch too?
Absolutely.
That would be very impressive.
Would.
But you know they sunk their bitchin' time and money and staff and everything into that. They need to make their money back because as we've seen with the charts, it's only getting more expensive. They're only putting more and more money into these budgets.
Yeah.
So who knows how big this budget is for these remake projects because they're a little more hesitant to reveal that info. We don't really know on these like remaster projects
Right.
really how much they cost, right?
Well, like Ghost Runner, that was an indie game that got picked up by.
Yeah. I remember that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really it's basic, but it's a really
It's
good
cool.
game.
It's
a good
impressive.
What's it called
game.
again?
Ghost Runner. Yeah.
You
It's
could-
like a first-person shooter.
Oh my gosh, with the samurai
red.
sword?
yeah.
Dude, Ghost Runner 2 just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
it
watching.
did.
Blade bought it. He literally I was watching him play the game.
Yeah, it's
Now,
badass.
dude, it's
That's
sick
badass.
as fuck. It's literally like real time, freaking super hot.
But what I'm trying to say
Yes.
is,
yeah, you know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
Josh,
It's like real time.
I can't believe you just said that. Because the final thing I have to bring up
Uh-oh.
is there is a mod that this guy worked on for over a year, I think, or something. Could be misquoting, but this guy went ahead and made an entire super hot mod for Cyberpunk 2077.
No way,
What?
dude.
Yes. You can play through all of Cyberpunk 2077 with this mod, and nothing moves unless you move.
No way.
so like super.
Super hot. Super punk.
Dude, I want to see this.
2070.
That's actually
What is it
pretty
called?
sick.
It's literally a mod available
It's like
right
forever
now on
in
Steam.
Vats, bro.
It's like just look up super hot cyberpunk.
Yeah, it's like being in
You will
Vats.
see
This
what
isn't
I
some. Is this some fan thing?
Yeah, it's a mod. You can do mods on Cyberpunk 2077.
Right, because it's on Steam.
Right.
Dude.
While you're looking that up, then
Yes.
you know what we do before we hit the main topic, and we got Johnny here with us today. We have a very special list here
Yes.
we
of
do.
shout outs we are going to give to our beautiful gold tier sponsors.
Yes.
Did you hear the music last episode? The episode that you last listened to.
That's
Not the last one.
Just the pregame one.
No, so the one before that, because that had the new music.
Yes.
Gold tier
Yes,
sponsor.
yes.
Yeah, did you like it?
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah, I didn't realize it until like it was almost done. I was like, oh.
Okay, so it's a little quiet.
Oh, shit.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's like barely there, but it's like a homey acoustic guitar vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I showed you.
Showed me,
yeah.
yeah, I love
Hell
it.
yeah.
I love it.
Well, let's
It's awesome.
listen. Here's the deal. We got one of our gold tier sponsors here with us today. So let's run this list, give a special shout out to everyone, and slap that main topic while we still got Johnny. How's that?
I'm so with it.
Yeah, with that baby. Slap that bag. Let's start with Mama Annie in the house.
Big
Mama
Mama
Annie.
Annie. Mama Annie.
Along with Big Daddy Mike.
Big
no?
Daddy Mike.
Come on,
Yeah,
big
Big
shout
Daddy
outs.
Mike.
Huge big shout out.
Josh and I's own flesh and
He
blood.
helped me change out the battery in my car yesterday.
Seriously?
Yeah, I got a new
Oh,
battery. in my
dude.
Shocking.
Go.
What a funny guy he
What a
is.
funny guy, bro.
No, it's
Speaking of
perfect.
flesh and blood, though, we also have Johnny Bravo with his sweet cousin,
Yes.
Renee Lovelady.
Amen.
Amen, baby.
Lene
In
Love
the
Lady,
house.
baby.
Yes,
We got
dude.
her blood Say next
Her
to
birthday is in a week.
us. What?
Yeah.
No way.
She texted me today and said, "Tell Josh he's invited, but you, Joshy, and Johnny are not allowed to talk about the podcast all night."
Got him. Got him.
It's
I love it.
gonna happen. So shout out to our beautiful sister.
I think
We
I'll
got
be
Queen Kendi in the
Queen
house.
Candy, baby.
Candy.
My beautiful fiance. Shout out always
Of course you
holding me
should.
together, holding all of us together. Reese is here
hold
probably
my
because they texted and coordinated because she's my secretary. You know. Yeah.
Secretary of State.
Yeah.
Secretary of Jeff's.
State of play.
And he's here, so thank God for that. Yeah, special guest Reese.
Oh,
Shout
yeah,
out
yeah,
by the
shout
way.
out,
Special
yeah.
guest Reese. Reese being a part
Welcome
of
to the
the Flash
Flash
Force by extension.
Reese, yell like louder than you normally would. Just like say your name.
Anything.
Yeah, say something.
Anything.
So that it picks up on the mic super loud.
Quote all of Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yes.
That's one.
Gets
Okay,
it down.
gotcha. Kingdom Key falls on Kid who's just.
No,
playing
there's a
on
quote at the
island.
beginning.
What?
There's the quote at the very beginning of the
Dude,
cutscene.
what the fuck is
Wait,
the
you
quote?
actually remember
Something
it?
like distant memories, and distant memories like far off dreams.
Dude, I want to hear it.
Oh my gosh, you've never seen the. We gotta play it right now.
Are you
I'm not.
serious?
Okay, so we just watched the intro. What'd you think?
No, it is. Oh, insane. That thing was
Insane,
jamming.
right? Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
was
big
jamming.
jamming, bro. No, and Reese is absolutely right. The Kingdom Hearts 2 intro is so tough. One of my favorites of probably any game
Yeah,
for a long time was Kingdom Hearts 2, including the song banger.
So fire.
Yeah.
I love it.
You gotta see. You know, we gotta show Joshy too. Is the secret cutscene you get for doing everything in the game.
In the first one, Deep Dive.
In the first
Oh,
one,
it's the one that
called Deep Dive.
It hints at the handheld game, right?
Yeah. Well, Birth by Sleep.
Birth
right?
by Sleep.
No, Chain of Memories.
Chain of
Oh, wait.
Memories. So it's Kingdom Hearts 2 that hints to Birth by Sleep.
Well, actually, hold on.
Yeah, no, it is.
This is where I want to blow my head off.
No, Deep Dive alludes to the Roxas fight.
Right,
Damn.
so it actually alludes to 358 and a half days.
Right.
Over something else.
It's
So, like,
305
3
days over
games
2,
later.
but you know.
What?
That's literally what
Literally.
it's because Kingdom Hearts has the history where they put the meme of how deep it is in the title. They don't give a fuck.
Right.
358 days over 2?
That's insane.
You serious?
Makes no sense.
Recoded? What is that? Coding what?
I don't know.
I mean,
couldn't tell you.
that one was dog shit, but we don't talk about that one.
Haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that was that DS one. I told you
Oh,
I played
yeah.
the 3DS because I had the circle pack. It was a whole 3D game on the
It
original
was
DS.
so bad that
It was
they
terrible.
remade it into a movie. So.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Let's
Well,
just skip that one.
That works.
Fair.
So
Cool with it.
let's keep running this list. All right, we got that. Thank you for that Kingdom Hearts shout out from Reese.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about, baby.
down our list here we have Donald Duck, obviously also connected
Right.
to the Kingdom
he was
Hearts
in
universe.
Kingdom Hearts,
Yeah, that is
dude.
absolutely
He's a
right.
He's
healer,
so
right?
famous, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude. No, thank you for being here with us, Donald.
Thank you, Donald.
The sacrifice that you made will not be forgotten.
Damn,
Never.
spoiler.
Yeah. No. You got to play it
hate
to find out.
I hate that Donald Duck dies in that game. Dude.
It is truly sad. So speaking of tears, we got Sweet Adrel in the house, baby. Also our beautiful roommate, and he also has his own form of entertainment. He is streaming over on
does
Twitch.
stream.
You want to give him a shout out?
Absolutely. As at Sweet AYEEE. That's Sweet
That's
AYE.
3 E's.
3 E's,
Don't
baby.
forget it,
Don't
baby. We also got
forget
Mikey in the house. from the Sandoval 7.
Sandoval.
Yeah,
I hung
Michael
out with them
Sandoval.
this weekend, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, over at Lene's, right?
No. At the park.
At the park,
It was for
baby.
Riley's birthday party.
Oh, I was like, what were you doing at the park?
Oh, I go to the park sometimes. What's wrong with that?
Let bro with some popcorn.
No, I just have a van with free Wi-Fi on the side of it.
Wi-Fi.
I thought it was free candy.
No,
Nah,
not
we're in a
anymore.
modern age,
Kids-
baby.
kids
Come
don't
on.
eat candy.
Free Wi-Fi,
It's
bro.
not like
Free
candy,
Wi-Fi,
it's
bro.
Wi-Fi.
But you gotta make
It's
it
the
like
best.
colorful,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because like candy's colorful, so
Yeah.
it's attractive.
I think
The last shout
Just
out.
got a lot of
Spray
RGB lights up.
Yeah. Just some spray paint will do to me.
We got Azarel Huncho in the house.
Azzy.
Final gold tier sponsor. He also has a YouTube channel.
He does.
And he's a huge part of Josh and
Yes.
I's lives. Yeah.
Huge. Yeah, his YouTube channel is Azzy X Huncho. That's AZZYXHUNCHO.
Boom,
There
dude.
it is, baby.
Zone in. I love it, Joshy. We also got
Locked
a
in.
A special shout out to the rest of our Flash Force with more Dory, Demon Hunter Caleb, and Baywatch Brad.
baby.
Huge part of who we are and making this podcast all happen, man.
Yeah, baby.
So, we are officially here. We have reached the main topic today. While we still got Johnny here for a few minutes.
No, you're good.
Yeah, okay. Well, you just let us know when we got to wrap it up. Okay, Johnny? All you, baby. Because today, my friend, I've decided I'm going to title today's episode something along the lines of Damsel Without Distress. Or, was my other one?
I know, right?
It was The Year of the Heroine.
I love those guys
itching
across the
to-
street. It's their year of heroin, dude.
It sure is, baby. It's been their Year of the Heroine for like 16 years.
Like, yeah. It's been 13 years strong in the year of heroin, baby.
I was going out to the mailbox.
Oh my God, Kendall told me, but you never told me about this.
I just remembered, honestly.
You
It was just in passing, right? I'm the bro. Oh my gosh, Joshy. I like walk out. I just wake up. I'm literally like in my underwear,
yeah.
maybe a shirt, and flip flops, and I'm walking out, getting the mail.
Yeah.
And one of the tweakers in the house like is riding her bike by, and I barely even like could see, barely even looked at her face, okay? But she's like going by, and I like turned to wave like it's my neighbor,
What
and
the
she
fuck?
gave me this like piercing gaze, like she wanted to kill me, bro. I'm not
What?
kidding. There's no hint of happiness in this face. I just give like a little wave, turn away, and as she went by me, she said something like, "You look like," just something so out there and random.
What?
Or like, yeah, just something weird, and then
What?
Kendall, what the was that, bro?
That's nutty, bro.
Hey, just to
Yeah.
let you know, watch out.
yeah, literally.
Watch out, bro.
Literally.
For real.
There's an angry one out there.
You see, they have like 4 cars on the street completely broken down.
These things don't work. They're like working on
They're-
them all day, but it's the exact same thing as that episode of Breaking Bad. You guys seen that one where freaking Jesse sneaks into a crack house by just like going outside, and he's like, "Guys, we gotta dig this hole," and then they're all like, "Okay, let's dig the hole," because they're on fucking crack and shit,
Right.
and they just are so hyper focused on digging the hole that he can just raid their whole house. This episode of Breaking Bad was
Are
really
you
funny.
fucking kidding
I
me?
swear, working on their cars, like, dude, they're
It's
gonna
insane.
die.
It's
They're gonna
insane,
roast
bro.
like roaches, dude.
Dude, yeah.
You ever put in a magnifying glass over a roach? It's just like that. But
First off, we didn't have roaches growing up.
No.
That's like a brand new experience.
never-
Because all the water's here.
yeah, it's facts. We would have roaches on our. I lived in a suburb, and we had roaches in the street. Ugh, it was so nasty.
Oh.
That means someone's not cleaning, dude.
Yeah, because-
well, they came out of like the sewers and shit.
No. They
Sorry,
do it
sorry
once,
I
maybe
came from
twice.
the mud, guys. Sorry, I came from the fucking mud.
No.
Sorry, I'm up now.
Yeah, I don't know
guys.
why you called it a city. It was clearly a village. Okay, this
It
guy's
was,
living
actually.
out
It was.
and
You
carrying
guys
buckets
didn't
of
ever have
water to and from
Vultures, like eating your skin and shit.
the vultures, like in Dark Souls.
Yeah, like
Oh,
vultures.
If a
It's
vulture
nasty.
came to fucking...
They
come out
fly
of the
down and
thing,
they just start nibbling
I'm
on your
snapping their
skin.
neck.
so
dude.
guys, what I had in mind
From the mud, bro.
for the topic of Damsel Without Distress, it's kind of like, do you realize in the same year we have 2 anomalies, both by Nintendo? We have a Peach game and a Zelda game.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so with me looking at the reviews over this last weekend and kind of getting really hyped over Zelda, I just kind of was like, you know what? What other badass video game princesses or female lead characters? Maybe they don't have to be a lead. Maybe just some of your favorites in a game.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's. I just kind of want to like give the females a big shout out this episode.
Shout out the
You
women.
Yeah.
Shout out all the heroes and heroines
yeah.
out there.
Beautiful women.
Yeah, dude.
Let me think.
Samus.
Yeah. Think for a sec.
Samus.
So I got
Oh, she's had dread, bro.
Samus is an amazing example because I think Samus truly put women on the map
Yeah.
for
Put
video.
them
On the first
On
game.
the map ever.
First
Yeah, they
game.
never were drawn. on the
I never
map.
knew what a woman was until
Dude, no.
I've
because-
never seen one.
So
Bag.
Metroid.
Oh yeah.
You know, the thing with Metroid was that nothing in the description or the advertising, what's the word, marketing of the game for Metroid showed off that
Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so
It's
Hey,
every
you gotta
episode.
get the trash.
It's every episode.
The trash.
It's because
so funny.
I never
the
think we're
trash.
going to 9, and we always do.
it's
I
no.
never think it's gonna happen.
I just have to gas you up every time, bro.
I hate that.
Don't
it's
forget the
over.
trash.
What was it? Samus. Okay, so Metroid, you know, you don't find out Samus is actually a woman unless you beat the game with everything.
Right.
And then you beat the game, which I think requires at least 2 playthroughs. Wait, no, they didn't have New Game Plus. So you had to just go through and do everything. Yeah. And when you did, then she took off her helmet and revealed she was a woman. You know? And I remember the first time I saw Samus as a woman, which was in a Smash 64 when you electrocute her.
Was she in a bikini?
She was in a bikini, bro.
She was in a bikini.
Yeah.
I forgot that.
It was a women's rights thing. That's what they did it for.
Well, dude, it was a stance because that was never shown off. Not like, you know, this isn't like some side hoe bikini to the main character like Tiny Barbarian.
No.
Right? No. This is like Samus is this badass bounty hunter main character, and you thought she was a dude the whole time. Mm-hmm. That was like what they were trying to do.
She just killed
and it kind of worked,
bro.
Yeah, she's a badass, man. Cool. And she still is, dude. Right. Like even in Smash Ultimate today, man. Yeah. But I'm thinking I'm thinking like an example. I'm like, okay, Final Fantasy. Probably the character that sticks out to me in Final Fantasy is Aerith, more than anyone. I'm a big Tifa fan. Don't get me wrong. These are both from Final Fantasy VII, by the way.
Yep.
Because I even thought about 10. 10's probably my favorite Final Fantasy besides the remake. And no. No. Like the damsel in distress is the vibe.
Right.
Powerful, but like, I don't know. What blows me away is a role like Aerith, where Aerith, in every game she's in, especially, it starts in Crisis Core, which is like the origin to everything that's set up in 7. Right. Crisis Core is the prequel that has Zack, right? That's right. And Aerith literally like falls in love with Zack, but even in that game, she's always been like a little cryptic. Mm-hmm. And so then the thematics and, you know, I've kind of gone a little deep in how the remake is kind of doing Xenoblade. It's xenotypical. Okay, it's doing some xenotypical shit where it's like changing things and retconning things, and it's making it kind of an extended reality, but not explaining what it is. So it's very interesting. It's like it could be a multiverse, but that doesn't seem to be the direction they're going. It's kind of just some like timeline breaking shit, and it's very fascinating, right? And it almost themes of recurring. Right? It literally always talks about the life stream, and what is the life stream? It's literally a circle that goes around the planet. Symbolism for the circle of life, right? Like, come on. Aerith has always been, like, in the OG, she's interesting, and she, like, falls in love with Cloud. They have love interest, but he kind of has it with Tifa. That's whatever, but the shocker was...
bro.
It's very odd. It even isn't in modern
And Jesse,
times.
too, bro.
Jesse, too. Because you played the first remake, right?
Yes.
Not Rebirth?
No.
Okay. So, yeah, like, there's a weird kind of, like... It's not really about the romance, though. That's the thing. That's like, they just dance on it to maybe make it fan servicey or interesting. But the interest is in the actual character, like Aerith. She, like, is connected to the planet. And in the original, I mean, it's well known. Sephiroth summons the black meteor, right, with the black materia. And she prevents it from destroying everything by sacrificing herself into the live stream. And it's kind of untapped power, and it doesn't really explain it either. Right. It's kind of like, oh, she can just do that? Okay. Yeah. Sacrifice and use, like, the planet as a shit. Okay, whatever, bro. But then in Remake, because of how they're kind of changing things, she's way more mysterious. She's like, oh, yeah, this is not okay. Things aren't good. And the way she says things is very, she's always very positive, and it's just kind of in, like, she knows what's going on, and she's always calm, and she says things like in a cheerful tone, but the words are like weird and fucked, and you're like, wait, what did she just say?
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, nothing. It's so gripping, I have to say, for
like she has like an ulterior motive.
Yeah.
Not that it's sinister.
But it's not evil. It's not sinister.
She's like, I'm like on this earth for a reason.
If anything, it's the opposite. Right. Especially because she literally does sacrifice herself in the original. That's like a part of this fascination. Right. So you know that her motives are pure. So it's like this. She's like the anti-hero waiting to strike at the perfect moment.
That's sick.
Without influencing too much. But she knows shit. She like knows everything.
She has this like connection with that world.
Yeah, and it's just weird. I'll be honest, it's a parallel to Sephiroth, and that's what's fascinating, because Sephiroth is a fantastic antagonist. Fantastic, like Jin. Much like Jin, a lot more evil, and that's kind of just what makes him amazing, right? Sure. But he's got a lot to him, a lot of depth, especially with Crisis Core. You see his backstory and what the awakening of the madness of Sephiroth, right? Like, because he wasn't always like that. And it's crazy. And so like it's like the more Sephiroth goes down this road, Aerith, something in her comes out and she's like the opposite. So she gets more crazy and cryptic, but it's in a good way, but you don't know why. I was thinking Xenosaga.
I was gonna say
definitely have some examples.
I would say that. Well, first off, I will say it's crazy that I'm at the same time during this year playing Xenosaga, which came out in at the end of the '90s to the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Where the main character is a female, and it's not really it's not treated like some kind of like movement or anything. It's just like
it's not like woke.
no, it's not, or it's not even like some companies have to do shit. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
It's just like
that.
it's just the way it is, bro.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
So I will say for the next Xenoblade, I think the main character should be a female, and I think it should be Cosmos at the end.
The end. Mic drop.
Mic drop,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. I say from everything that I've heard, definitely
Xenoblade.
fascinating. Both of them.
Yeah.
Fascinating characters.
Absolutely, very, very fascinating.
There's oh, do you think of somebody?
Complex.
I got a few.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What do you got right now?
We already had a taste of it in The Witcher 3. Ciri.
Oh, Siri.
Siri. So I didn't play The Witcher 3, unfortunately.
You were
She's
missing.
But
she's the one you're.
is
treating
that
at the
your
beginning, or-
wife?
No, she's like a
Yennefer is mainly Geralt's
Yennefer, yeah.
lover, or Triss.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's two. I didn't know which
Yennefer.
Yennefer.
Yeah.
That's the white hair?
No, Yennefer
You're thinking of
is the
Ciri.
the dark witch.
Siri has white hair like
Yeah,
Geralt.
Ciri.
does.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ciri is she's not a witcher. She's like an elder blood. She's like got these magical powers that only certain individuals have.
Why does she look like a witcher again?
Because she trained under Geralt.
Right, but she already had like white hair.
Yeah, because she has ashen
Does she have
hair.
golden hair.
Ash.
Eyes too.
Ash hair. Her eyes are
Ash.
green.
Or green.
Yes.
Okay.
Her eyes are actually what give her power.
You know what character? I was thinking of also Persona characters.
Oh, yeah.
And like for me, really Persona 3, 4, 5.
I'm
like
100%
that's
with you.
right. And I was trying to really like kind of like summarize series because we could of course pick apart every game and hand pick things.
Yeah.
But I think for sure she's a fan favorite, and I kind of don't like to pick fan favorites notoriously. I like to I like pick these like pocket picks or something, or
Right.
just go against the grind for what is clearly peak, like Bond, for example.
Oh
like
my God.
peak character.
Goat.
It's GOAT. Makoto is a character in Persona,
Persona
5
5.
specifically. So she is in, I don't know if you've seen any marketing on Persona 5 ever. She's the party member who has black shorter hair. Dark brown
I've
shorter
seen it.
hair.
Yeah.
And she has a braid that's the same hair color, so it almost looks like she like has a braid in her hair as well,
Right.
but it's like a headband, right?
Yeah.
And she has fists, and she's on her persona's a car or a motorcycle, literally, right?
Right.
No, Makoto's great because I won't go too deep, but because I'm assuming you guys don't know what I'm talking about with
No.
Makoto. So
No.
she's really cool because she is she's the class president, okay, and she's your age. I think you come in not as like there's like 3 grade levels, I think.
That would be.
First year, second year, third year.
That's how
In
Japan
like
does
most
it.
right. So she's a second year, just like you, the main character, and she's the class president. But she's kind of reserved. You can just kind of really tell she's been through a lot of trauma.
Which is like a junior, right?
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
like our junior.
exactly. Yeah. So she is kind of standoffish, and then she's kind of like put on a quest to spy on you and things by the principal because of what's happening in the plot. So she's kind of opposing the party at the beginning, but then when the party challenges her and it's like, why are you opposing us? Like, what's the problem here? And she doesn't know. So she's just doing what everyone's telling her to do, and she always has, right? And almost is trying to find her place of like, who even am I? Am I just being who everyone wants me to be? And her sister is a major character in the game because her sister is like basically the head of like the FBI in Japan. So, and she's her name's Sai. She's like that babe with like the silver hair, okay?
Sure.
And so she's like interrogating. It goes back and forth between interrogating Joker in a prison and back to the story that's happening because he's telling it back. And so she's the one who's actually grilling you the whole time. So it gets really interesting because then it's like that's her sister. So you're getting along and you're you're talking about the story, and she's like, "My sister?
That is
You
cool.
got my sister involved?"
Yeah.
But the growth she has as a character and how she overcomes, and that's the whole Persona story, is if you
Right.
can overcome your weaknesses and accept yourself for who you are, that's when your Persona awakens.
So fire. I love
Yeah.
the idea of Persona so much.
Yeah, dude.
love
Because
it.
it's a danger, because everyone else, if they're not exposed, they're just oblivious. But if you are exposed
Right.
and you're too weak, you will become a shadow. You'll get
Right.
consumed.
Right.
So if the opposite is awakening your persona,
That's right.
overcoming
I
the
like
power, baby.
I like that.
Yeah, recurring theme.
Oh, I just remembered one. One that I think would be pretty cool. We've already seen this happen, but the Uncharted series, I think
Yes.
would low-key be cool. Did you ever finish Uncharted 4?
No, I actually haven't played Uncharted 3.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Do you plan to
Ooh.
play it?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Probably not before the Uncharted episode.
I'm not gonna...
But you can spoil whatever.
should I?
I probably have already heard it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Drake dies.
no, dude, no.
He definitely doesn't.
Well, spoilers, he does not die, but he does have a daughter named Cassie.
Cassie.
Who, yeah, Cassie Drake is her name. I don't know if she would be a good main character or if more like a sending off point for Nathan, but I think it'd be cool if low-key if it was like Cassie Drake as like a female.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know, I think that'd be tough as fuck.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be
'Cause they
super
just
sick.
did it with,
so like more of like an idea.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Of,
yeah.
like the legacy of Nathan
Yeah,
Drake.
the legacy of Nathan
Yeah.
Drake and how that would even be put on to like a, like, because I feel like Naughty Dog does a really good job of writing for its like female characters. I feel like it does probably the best of any series I've seen.
They
'Cause-
turned Chloe being like a sexual character to
Yeah.
an actual deep
She
character.
actually is
Wow.
insanely cool.
And the Lost
Lost Legacy.
Legacy.
Uncharted
Did
Lost
you
Legacy.
play as her?
Yeah.
Right, I have the physical actually.
Same here.
But before, because it's on the
Me
collection,
too.
right?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's on the. There's a new collection, Legacy of Thieves.
Oh yeah, it's on
Which is-
that one.
That's a brand new collection.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's only Uncharted 4 and Legacy.
Yeah.
Lost Legacy.
But it's like up-res, right?
Yeah,
Everything?
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, come on.
PS5, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
That'd be
include
something
both.
I'd play.
They include both.
I'll say
I'm
that.
gonna-
much.
I'm
I
gonna-
own it.
I need to get a new TV and then go so hard on 4K.
Yeah, dude.
You have another character
I
coming
got
behind you, Johnny?
two.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think I could stack them pretty well.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So let's go with Rockstar.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
If you remember, there was a badass character in Red Dead 2,
Oh.
Sadie Adler.
Oh my gosh.
She leaves John Marston to finish the house. Remember?
Well, I didn't play it.
I haven't played it either.
What?
Dude, you know this.
I played this game 3 times, and you guys haven't done it once.
Haven't we talked about this?
All right.
Isn't this something?
A little bit of a spoiler.
This is definitely known.
Red
Spoiler? Wait.
Dead 2, you play at the very end. It's an epilogue.
Wait.
It is as playing as John Marston
I didn't
building
know that.
his cabin so
Yeah.
his woman and his kid, Jack and Abigail, can come back.
Oh, okay.
Because he was trying to prove that he's a man. He's done with the outlaw life.
Yeah.
Sadie Adler becoming part of the Dutch Vanderlyn gang. You also grow a relationship with John finds her again.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she
okay.
helps him and Charlie build the house in Red Dead 1.
Is that when he says he's like
It's really cool.
he's like, well, we could build a barn.
Yeah.
He's like, that would take months.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't
Yeah.
build a barn by yourself, idiot. That shit is so funny.
Yeah, uncle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You don't build a barn by yourself, idiot.
Sadie
You get a
Adler.
group of people to do it. It's
That's like
so
holes,
funny.
bro.
Yeah, it's so
Well,
funny.
that's too damn bad.
That's too damn bad.
Sadie Adler literally doesn't get mentioned in Red Dead 1 at all.
Oh,
No
wow.
way. So what's she up to?
And
She's in Red Dead 3.
in Red Dead 2, if you remember her,
go.
if you ever get to that part, she's a character that's always driven with rage.
Whoa.
So if she left that, she probably gotten herself into another adventure I think would be just as cool.
honestly,
And maybe, let's say, the California front this time around.
Okay.
that's
I'm
kinda,
listening.
That's kind of peak because
Or Utah.
Yeah, Utah.
Okay.
Some shit like that. Also,
Montana, ride the Yellowstone.
sick.
line.
it's not
Oh,
that
yeah.
crazy of an idea because Rockstar is already doing a duo protagonist in GTA 6.
Yeah.
As,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I forgot about that.
And she's an
Yeah, that'd be
intriguing
cool.
character because she
That'd be
is
really cool.
smart. She is smart. And then lastly, just because I love Control, Jesse needs another game.
I want to play Control still.
It's
I really
so
do.
good. It's so good. I haven't played Alan Wake 2, so I don't know how it's interwoven.
Oh my gosh.
But
Guys.
Control 2 is gotta be a
She
fucking
reminds me of
banger.
Jean Grey.
So,
Yeah, a little
Control, I just learned what the actual plot is. Did you know it's based on the SCP, like, stories?
Yeah.
Dude, that's insane.
SCP?
The developers, you know about SCP at all? Did you ever hear about, like, Containment Breach back in the day? That game that came out?
Dude, it was like psychological horror.
It's like psychological horror, but it's
Oh.
based on this lore
No.
that's built up on the website. This website has thousands of listed things. The SCP is basically the Men in Black. Stands for
But for
Secure,
paranormal.
Contain,
I see.
Protect.
I see. Okay.
It's
Like
some of the most
FBI.
insane stuff, like FBI stuff, right? Is the story. And so the whole idea is that it's like otherworldly things that humans are trying to like secure and understand and
Yeah.
fit into, you know, those ideas. So
Like-
Control is kind of about that, right? Where
Yeah.
it's like a building that itself
It's
is
connected to
an
Alan
SCP.
Wake.
So yes, it is.
Yeah.
Is it
Yes,
really?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. So the thing is
What?
that
Yeah.
yeah, dude,
No
that's
way.
why I want you guys to play.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Control.
It's all connected.
It's such a good
What?
linear game, but either way, and it makes you think. Control also, like when you're going through the facility of that place, it's like you said, it's a facility that holds paranormal activity stuff, not as in like, you know, spiritual monsters or anything.
Oh, yeah.
Like objects that would transport you to a whole different spot in the world and in its own time.
Oh, this sounds like Chrono Trigger.
Dude, this is.
But it's not like it's not animated like it's
Yeah.
it's very down to earth,
Yeah.
very grit, very serious.
Sure. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
very serious.
and it's just you trying to figure out why is Jessie doing the things she's doing, and she's trying to take over the bureau of I forgot what it was called, but it's like its own FBI bureau, and even like the computers and everything. It looks like the FBI would be in this building in a modern day because it has like 80s computers. You know, like
sure.
that John Wick part where everyone's like dressed like old style.
Oh, yeah.
And like it's like that, but like the computers that they have billions of
vibe.
files just
Oh,
in
sure.
cabinets and shit. Like it's crazy, like
Wow.
old tech.
That's so sick.
That's so crazy.
It's got a
bro.
vibe.
Would you believe that they stored all the data of like everybody on pen and paper?
Yeah,
Back in
that'd be
day.
the only way it'd be serious.
Yeah, dude.
True to earth.
I do have someone I just thought of too. A princess specifically from Chrono Trigger.
Ah.
Yeah, I just spawned that because you don't know the plot for Chrono Trigger,
Nope.
right? Okay, the beginning of the game, the very beginning, you're playing as Chrono. And you're running around the Millennial Fair. It's literally the like first thing you do. And when you walk in, the way it was programmed, right? This was like the Dream Team game with Akira Toriyama and stuff. So they wanted to make everything really animated. It's all pixel art. So as you're running up, they designed it so this girl is running around like the fountain in the center. And you bump into her. You have to. And she drops a pendant on the ground. And that turns out to be the princess. Okay? That's Princess Nadia, right? You don't know this because she doesn't tell you. And she is kind of not supposed to be at the fair because she's a princess. So she's supposed to be back at the castle. Of
What a
course.
trope.
Typical trope.
I've heard this
Until
one.
did you hear this? Because they do a little fun in the fair, and then you go up and there's a demonstration for a portal which you walk into and you come out the other side. However, the pendant that she has, okay, that is her royalty, it has something triggers with the machine and her pendant, and she gets sent back to the past.
Well, shit.
By like 50 years.
Wow.
Like I think the game starts in 1999. And you go like it's time travel, so you go back in time immediately through the portal to try to figure out what happened and save her. Okay, well, soon into playing, she disappears. You find her. Okay, she's been basically like kidnapped by like some goblins, and right in front of your eyes,
Seems
she
legit.
Yeah, go.
disappears. Okay, and you're like, what? Like right in front of you, she literally disintegrates. She's like, I feel weird. Boom, disappears like a little whole animation.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
What did he say? Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
exactly like that, dude. Disappears, right? So you go back to the future, and
Back to the Future!
Back to the future.
Oh my
bro.
God.
What a fucking
And
blend.
you realize
Good idea.
that they thought that they rescued Princess Nadia, but they didn't. She was actually a fake. Okay.
Shit.
So she ceased to exist in the future. So you had to go. Then you go back again once you figure out how to time travel, and you have to save her ass. And you bring her back, and everything's good. Okay.
Wow.
The real Princess Nadia
Yeah.
was lost in the past, and that's how the adventure starts off. And she is one of the most badass princesses. She's a bow and arrow for the main weapon, and every character has an element. So her element is fire. Yeah. So, quick shout out to Princess Nadia.
Yeah.
Huge
Yeah,
shout out.
completely
Big
forgot
shout out.
she existed, actually.
I'm with it 100%.
Wait!
She's back.
Oh, yeah. Her first name's Merle.
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 What
I
an
think
attractive name.
They introduced this one on Twitter, which is the mascot of Monolith, which is Monopon, I think.
Monopon? Okay.
There's like
What?
artwork of Monopon. It's like the most obscure character.
Oh.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm almost
my
done with
bro.
mine, but cheers. This is gonna seem like a pretty big break, right?
Yes.
To the audience.
Well, it'll in a blink of it.
In a blink, yeah, but obviously we're clearly coming from a pretty big break. So currently the date is Friday, October 4th.
That is right.
That's right.
Yep,
So
it's what, 3 days?
2 days, yeah.
Yeah.
2 days.
3. We're recording on Tuesday.
Oh my gosh, I thought we recorded on Wednesday.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't know why I thought that.
Time flies, baby.
You're right. 3 days. We had to end early because Johnny obviously had to go.
Johnny had to dip.
Yes, Johnny had
Reese
to dip.
came over.
Reese came,
Yep.
which
It hung out till like
yes,
2,
Which
no, like 1 a.m. here.
blows
which is
my mind.
Very,
He
yeah,
usually
out of
leaves pretty
character.
early.
He's an
I
early
know.
boy.
He
Yeah.
is an early boy. So yeah, and then I was feeling a little under the weather, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
I was pretty tired for sure.
There was like a huge fatigue wave, I'd
Yeah.
say, that just came over everyone.
Oh yeah, and I think my body also knows when like have you ever felt like your body anticipates things coming?
Yeah. Oh,
I feel it right now because tonight I'm going to Gold Rush, and I'm.
So do you mean it in a way of
excited.
like you almost can't
Your
like,
body-
fully commit to something
Yeah,
or do certain things?
that could
'cause
be
something
an
is coming
outcome?
later?
Yes, that could be
You're
an
like, you're
outcome.
gonna work later?
Right. I think that could be an outcome, but I think your body naturally starts reserving energy. Like your brain and your body work at like complete perfect tandem so that you literally like are reserving energy when you need to. So I worked at double the next day. I knew I had to be up early. And so I think I got hit with that wave because my brain almost had this like alarm that went off.
Yeah, I think so too.
And was like, yeah, it's time to wrap up so that we can work the next day. So I'm feeling much better. I'm not no wave of fatigue. I have not worked this morning. I worked yesterday. And then that was about it. And I went to bed.
Yeah.
So well rested, ready to finish the old episode.
My man, I also have good news. I woke up naturally at 8:30 this morning. Excuse, brother.
Thank you,
I
man.
got you.
Thank you,
So I woke up at 8:30.
8:30, really?
That's right, bro.
Wow.
It is the earliest I have been able to wake up
Did you sleep
in all summer, probably.
I meant, did you go to sleep at a good time?
We probably went to bed at like 2:30.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I probably got home at 1:30.
Sorry, I'm burping.
Almost
so much.
2. It's all good, bro.
I can't stop it.
We got these ghosties.
Yeah, the
You got the new
Ghosts.
Welch's grape.
Oh my gosh, this
I
is
found
good.
it at Walmart, by the way. It's delicious.
Yeah. There's
Really
200 milligrams of caffeine in this?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Isn't that great?
That is great.
Isn't
That's
that
amazing.
fantastic?
What was
bro?
in Rebels? Do you know how much was in those?
Oh, you know what's crazy?
Huh.
I went on a dig because the can didn't say. And I've never seen an energy drink
No
that
way.
didn't have the milligrams of caffeine.
That's like an
below.
extremely important
So,
part of it. Isn't that like legally you have to?
I'm pretty sure, bro. I think they get around it because it's internal. Okay, so
But you can sell a can.
well, so I'm like, okay, Faith. At the time when I realized this, okay,
Mm-hmm.
not long after working there, like just working the back bar one shift, just being curious.
Oh, you're talking
the
about
heck?
fuels.
Oh, I am.
I did
talking
say
about
Rebels,
fuel.
but
I am so sorry.
I-
You are talking.
I
about
assumed
Rebels
Yes.
have the same caffeine content as Red Bull.
Oh.
So it's real easy.
Yes.
It's 10 milligrams caffeine
Okay.
per fluid ounce.
So then how much did that come out?
So if you have like
How many
if
fluid
you have a
ounces?
small, that's an 8 ounce can, 8.4. So
8.4.
you're having about 80 milligrams.
80 milligrams.
Right? Which is about
Yeah.
a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
A little less, a little more, depends
Sure.
on wherever you
Whatever
go.
you
Dutch
got.
had like a double shot was like 120
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
110. Yeah. So if you had a medium, now you're having like 120.
Yes.
So now you're really having like a double shot of coffee.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the
So
fuels?
the fuel. It's just fascinating because I went on a hunt. I was
So they
not
didn't even have-
satisfied.
they didn't
I'm
have-
gonna tell you right now. My conclusion was nobody knows. I never got a solid answer. I first went to Faith, who is the ass man.
Yeah.
Okay, and she
Faith was the assistant
at the time.
at the time.
Yeah. Because then it was Jocelyn.
Jocelyn.
And
That's
then I'm gonna do the
Oh yeah.
the names.
I don't think Faith would mind though.
I don't know. Yeah, but I don't want to shout out other people if they don't want to, because I'm gonna name Ashton. Okay, was also my regional. So these 3 people, I went.
Wait, are you gonna censor this?
What the heck? Why is it charging? Yeah, I'm gonna put in the sensors on.
Yeah, I'm gonna
on the
make you
names,
do-
except for Faith.
I'm gonna make you do one more work. Fuck Ashton, dude. Fuck her, dude.
Hell yeah, baby. Oh man. Yeah, just whack times, my man. But you know what? I'll be real. Part of God's plan, man. Wouldn't be thriving where I'm at my bar.
Oh yeah.
If not for people like
everything that you went
people
through.
like that.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I agree. Well, I was thinking about it when I was at work, and I was just thinking about like, cause I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get off topic, but I was thinking about it because I was just
the flash.
I know, literally, but I was having just a good day. Yesterday, I used my picture perfect skills, my PPL, picture perfect lighting skills, to fix the lights that were on we have like a little beer fridge when you first walk in. Do you remember that? How we have like our to-go beers? You know what I'm talking about? The lights weren't work and
like inside the fridge.
Yeah, inside the fridge. And so Pat bought these new lights with like a portable battery, and he was like, "Hey, is there any way you could like I want to give you a project, like, are you down for this?" I'm like, absolutely. Like and he literally was like, yeah, these lights, like they gotta, I want them to, like, somehow we could put these in. I was like, Pat, you realize my second job is literally hanging up lights. That's what I do. I'm a professional. I am. So I was like, bro, dude, you came to the right guy. I was like, I need you to go to Home Depot. And I texted Ryan, my manager for
PPL.
For PPL.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, what's the type of double-sided tape we use?
Oh, yeah.
And he told me the exact type. I tell Pat, because he was like going out for a run for something. I'm like, go to Home Depot, grab this. That's all we need. I promise you, I will make something crazy out of this.
Dude.
And I literally made it so done, everything perfect. You can't see any strings. I made it so the switch, you can literally just reach in, flick it, and the battery, you can slide out. I used these slider things, like had them all placed the right way. You can slide out, recharge, plug it back in. Perfect.
I need links to these. I want to see what these look like.
They're nice. Bro. I mean, they're like made for just lights though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're just.
I'm talking about my bar.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I'm always looking for like new ideas.
They're wireless. Like, I mean, well, they have wires connecting them, but it's not like plugging into
it probably. Yeah. It honestly sounds like okay. Yeah, it sounds nicer. Yes. Like a more professional setup than what I have.
Than what you've been rocking with.
I found like these on Amazon.
Yeah.
I showed you the magnetic.
Yeah,
light,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I've got several of those. I got it so when you walk up to like order, it automatically like goes on right at like the area, so it kind of illuminates it.
Yes.
So little things like that, you know. But
which sounds nice too, by the way.
That thing. I love it because I thought of it. Every time you do that specifically, you know what I think of?
What, which one?
The fucking sheep, bro.
Oh, you thinking of the goats?
The goats.
The screaming goats?
Kendall's gonna love that. Every morning we
Did you
get up.
Yeah.
Right? And there's like 8 goats, like literally right there. So Kendall, first thing, wait. Right? She's like half awake.
Yeah.
Bah! They all come running out, man.
Yeah. Where is this at?
That was at Raleigh.
Oh, at Raleigh?
Yeah.
That's so fire.
That's funny,
so
dude.
fire.
Yeah, there's a photo up there of all the goats somewhere.
All the goats?
All the goats in Kendall.
Candle's one of the goats.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. No, so I asked Faith. Faith wasn't sure, so she kind of like goes into the system to try to find it. Comes back with nothing. Okay. Then I asked Jocelyn. Jocelyn tells me like an amount, right? Says like we'll say and we didn't have multiple sizes, right? They're only 12-ounce cans.
Right.
So I'm thinking, okay, if it's on the level, especially because it like kind of was an extension of coming from Dutch Bros
for sure.
Foundation, right?
Yeah.
So obviously they took the route of making their own energy drink after they were doing Rockstar to compete with Red Bull from that Dutch Bros had.
Right.
But they make their own. So are they competing in that space? So it's probably around, for a 12-ounce can, probably around 120 to 150 would be my guess. And then I go to Jocelyn, and she's like, "Oh, it's got 110." Like no hesitation, 110. Okay. So less than Red Bull then. Would be like slightly.
Right.
Okay. Well, it sounds good to me. And it's because a customer asked too, bro. Like, you know, it's like, what do you tell them, right?
Right.
Make something up. They don't give you any training for that whatsoever.
Yeah.
At the company. So
You just be like, I mean, this is what I would assume.
Right.
Yeah.
One day, Ashton's on shift, and I just remembered that this was in the bank. So I asked her, and she said very confidently, 180. 180 milligrams.
Way more than
So I'm like,
10.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's kind of beefed up.
Yeah, that's
but
way
also,
more.
personally, I have one every morning, and they don't feel that strong.
They're definitely not 180.
So
Dude.
180?
180, that's like, what? That's close to like one of these. There's no way that those are like even on the same level.
No.
Oh,
absolutely not, bro.
Or
but
a fuel.
Yeah, I just I asked like, and then I brought it up. I was like, oh, okay. I was just curious because customer asked, but it's not like on the can. I can't find it anywhere. She's like, oh yeah, it's like it's on our website actually. Blah blah blah. Like tells me specific instructions. It's 180 and it's in your packet. Well, I fact checked the fuck out of that. I didn't just take that answer, bro.
No way.
I went on the website.
No way.
I followed the instructions and I looked at the packet, front and back, bro.
Didn't say anything.
Nope. And then I went to Jocelyn about it. Following up, we both couldn't find it, so I just dropped it. But it was a mystery, bro.
Oh my god.
What is that?
Oh my god.
Kind of weird, right?
That's extremely weird. So to this point, yes, it's Bill Cipher. To this point, we literally still don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Couldn't give you a solid answer.
I guess I would assume.
I would
from
assume
what
not
I
more than
drank,
200.
I don't think it was as much as 180.
I just don't think so.
I don't think so. I think it was 150.
Yeah.
I don't think it was 110 because I still felt them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I'm thinking like 120. Because 120 would be...
150.
It matches the Rebel formula and
Yes.
Red Bull. Okay,
Yes.
that makes sense. It's also, like, cheap.
Yeah.
If you're only putting 10... Like, that's a small amount. Like, you're getting more bang for your buck. Celsius, you know? You have a 12 ounce and that's 2 hundo. It's the same as a Ghost.
Yeah.
Pretty good bang. That's pretty concentrated. Right?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So, anyways, let's digress here, Joshua. Let's, since we are officially back, because everything you said was absolutely true. We had a bit of, what's up? We back.
We back.
Blade settled in.
Yes.
We Gucci. I forgot to tell you.
Yes.
Momo's in big trouble.
Momo's in trouble?
Yes, because you told me, or, sorry, not you, Kendall told me, he had like a fucking, like, blood blister.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So he's on probation already.
Yeah,
Then
so
he was out all night.
When did he get out?
No idea. He was already out when I got home. Damn. I looked everywhere.
Well, he's chilling in the other room. I actually felt really bad. He looks, he's just like sitting, and he looks kind of like...
No, he was just sleeping.
He was sleeping, but like, I went up to him, I was like, Momo, you okay? He was just like, he was chilling right there. I was like, is he sick? I don't know. I hope he's okay.
Oh, yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Well, he also, when he came in, was covered. This dude looked like he rolled around.
He does that.
Right.
I can't stand it.
So
That's
I
why I
pulled
the
a Joshy. Yep.
Yeah.
I did the washcloth.
Did you get him?
Put him on the couch.
Nice.
I cleaned him. Yeah, until
It gets
I was wanting to pet him. You know what I mean? Because
exactly.
it was just got like my whole
But
shirt, everything.
he will clean himself more afterwards. He just needs a reminder.
He did.
Like a little kid.
Yeah. But he wanted to go
right back
outside. I'm like, dude, you're chilling.
We gotta lock him for a little bit.
Yeah.
And what did you look at the blister for long enough?
No, I don't even know where it is.
I don't know where it is either.
Okay. All right.
I didn't
we'll
get
check it
to
out after.
Yeah,
it should be okay.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
yes.
Joshua, you wanna wrap the cash?
Yeah, let's wrap
Are
it,
you
bro.
down? Okay, cool. Let's make it happen, baby.
Let's do it, bro.
Okay, so we were
Yes.
having our main topic.
Yes.
A main topic of
Amon
the the year of the heroines.
Mm-hmm.
Which I said that's what I'm gonna call it. I think year of the heroine.
What, you don't like
sounds
heroin?
Weird, bro.
What?
Yeah, not what I'm trying to reprimand on this podcast here. So
Absolutely.
yeah, honestly, just a year where we're getting a Peach game, like an actual, not like it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Peach game reviewed really well,
Right.
and we have a Zelda
Zelda
game,
with
same
Zelda.
thing, right? And something that even first impressions, you and I were like, ooh,
Right.
I don't know,
Right.
looks amazing.
Absolutely.
So, I wanted to ask you specifically, one of our, to no surprise to anybody, one of our favorite series is the Xenoverse. Okay,
Xenoverse.
but you and I,
But not Dragon Ball Z.
mostly, not that Xenoverse.
Not that Xenoverse.
But we relate mostly on, from my experience, also with Xenoblade.
That's right.
As a trilogy. Okay.
Yes, I did want to say something more because I feel like I wasn't able to emphasize my point as much.
Yeah, we'll kind of have a little rehash here. I'm probably going to edit out most of what we.
Yeah, I was gonna say then, especially because also I played some this morning, so it's fresh.
Yeah.
It's fresh on my mind. But Xenosaga. Before we get into Xenoblade,
Okay.
I wanted to say I am so deeply impressed with not only just the character writing for the game, but just the fact that it is a female main character with a lot of female, Shion, and a lot of female supporting characters, and all of them having such real character development, while also being such real characters. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because I also think there's a dangerous aspect when it comes to what big corporations try to do when it comes to selling a female character, right? So an example I can think of is Daisy Ridley, what's her name? Rey in Star Wars.
Yes.
Was sold
her
as this
real
character.
name, I think.
I was in love with her when she first came. I was as a kid. I was 15 when it came out.
Oh yeah.
And she was my literal if there was any celebrity crush I'd ever have, it was Daisy Ridley for sure.
It was me with Padme.
Padme. Oh my god.
Episode 1, bro. And
what's
then
her name?
episode 2 came out when I was in 4th grade.
What's her name?
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman.
Oh yeah, dude.
So beautiful, so beautiful. But I just want to say, there are wrong ways to do female main characters because it's like you are trying to sell this idea that they're a female. Right. And this is me coming from...
It's like that. That's the point.
Yeah, that's the point of it, and not that the character is a character. Yeah. And so for Xenosaga, which came out, back in the late 90s to early 2000s. Yeah. Just having such a even just real take on a female character and not trying to make it something that it isn't, or trying to make trying to please people. It was a character that works. And I just want to sing its praises because I'm still going through Xenosaga 3, and it's genuinely blowing my mind. It's like constantly in an incredible way that I love. And I love Shion. I think she is one of my favorite main characters of all time.
That's amazing.
I love the cast.
You know what I truly hate in contrast is the female main character, or even to some extent the silent protagonist. It doesn't matter.
I'm not a fan.
And they're just there. They're not really contributing. They're, or even really the joke of the damsel without distress. Like the damsel in distress is a trope that has been a thing forever. Right. Forever. Right. Yeah. So not having it be like, oh, now I'm a badass now, but I'm helpless. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, Shion seems crazy.
She's competent. And that's something that's one of my favorites. I mean, since the beginning of the game, she was literally right off the gate, there were two characters I recognized where I was like, oh, these are I like these characters. One of them was Alan, who I mention all the time. Do you remember? Do you remember when every time I say Alan, do you remember this character I keep mentioning?
Honestly, other than you love him and his name's Alan, and I can't get past his name. I think it's so funny.
It's so funny because he is that character. He's the goof. Right? He's the goof. Well, he tries to be competent, but he's just like an idiot. And people are like, Alan, what the hell, dude? And he's constantly trying to ask out Shion. He's the vice chief of Vector, of the division that they work in. And when you start the first game, it's Shion as the chief, and she's so competent and has such a distinctive personality that I genuinely like love. I think she is so she's so charming in the first couple seconds of the game. And I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. It kind of took me back, and I was very impressed by Shion as a character. In one of the first scenes of the first game, Cosmos was going to leave them in this escape pod with a beacon, sending out a signal so the rest of Vector could pick them up because the ship they were on just exploded. A lot of backstory. She knew that Cosmos, her number one priority was the safety of her and Alan because they were Vector employees, and this entire time she's been prioritizing Vector employees' survival.
Okay.
And so to get her to come back and like bring them with her on the ship she was just about to go on, like Cosmos was going to be like, in 2.5 hours there will be a rescue. The safest bet is to come here. She literally was like she grabs the ejector and she's like, Cosmos, if you don't come back for us, I'm going to eject me. And Alan's like, no, please wait, don't do it. And she's literally like, I'm gonna kill the both of us. So if you don't come back for us, you will be jeopardizing the lives of 2 Vector employees. And she's able to convince an unfeeling, logical robot through betting her life at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy crap, this girl's awesome.
Yeah.
Like in such a cool way where it's like, she's not awesome because she's the strongest she's just smart and knows what she's doing, and she'll make bets when she can.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Huge shout out to Shion.
I love that, bro. And you know what I really love too is that it's such a massive contrast. Yes, bro, please. Between Xenosaga and Xenogears, what it was coming off of, right? Especially with the main character. And I really feel like the Takahashi kept this trope up after Xenosaga, right?
Yes.
So after Xenosaga, it's like this big, cohesive, same main character story, right?
Yes.
Like, you're always Shion, and you always have Cosmos. Like, they're an integral part, even though party members can be swapping out and whatnot. But you go to Xenoblade, and including the DLC, they swap everything. Yeah. Every time. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, I completely agree. I think that Xenoblade does it. I want to get into Xenoblade too. I wanted to find this quote, but I really can't.
Need a sec?
I don't want to spend too much time on it.
Okay.
But it is a really good quote that goes with the whole theme of this episode.
Sure.
Oh, let's go. I found it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Ready? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Who's saying that?
All right. So it's partially a quote, but I'm going to explain the context a little bit more because it is just on Wiki. To be honest, I would have to look a lot deeper to just find the actual quote on what they said.
Okay.
Probably have to find like the script and all that. But this is put out perfectly.
Especially Xenosaga. This stuff isn't like well documented. Right
exactly. Yeah, not the best. So I want to say Kevin Winnicott is the original creator of Cosmos. Okay. The one who had the blueprints, the idea, and is the only one able to build Cosmos. The only one. Kevin Winnicott. Also Shion's boyfriend before this, and was killed by the archetype of Cosmos. When it was incomplete, it went on a rampage and killed him. So he is dead by the beginning of the series. But in a flashback, we learn why Cosmos was created to be a woman. And I just want to read this part of the wiki real quick. Kevin wanted Cosmos to have a female form as opposed to a male form, since he believed men were, quote, capable of nothing but destruction and conquest. He wanted Cosmos to symbolize hope and healing as well as creation and protection. A female form would also be more suitable. Oh, spoilers. But I just want to mention that idea of this mother to the world, right? Because there is an incredible ability that women have that men don't truly have at their core, which is healing, love, nurturing. Because to be honest, it's hard for everyone to get behind trusting just one man. Because like you said, men fight wars, men destroy, men do a lot of things, and not that women aren't capable of that, but that symbol of a mother that holds a baby. Everyone was a baby who was held by a mother, right? At one point, even if it was just in her uterus, right?
Yeah.
So this idea, which I love, by the way, because I feel like there's so many like, obviously there's deeper ideas like in the lore on why the body should be a woman, but I won't spoil for anyone who wants to know a little more about Xenosaga. That idea of like even that mama bear aspect of like, if you mess with a mama bear's cubs, you know, she'll bite you. So there's almost like this perfect, for what Kevin believed would be the savior of humanity, would have to have the face of a woman and the ideas of a woman, because it would be that mother that also could bite back, right? You don't mess with her kids. And I think that's a beautiful idea, and kind of goes with everything we're talking about now, this idea that women can hold such an incredible love in their hearts that truly a man can't recreate. You know what I mean? A mother is one of the most valuable things to all of us, right? If I were to ask you some of the top 5 people that you would trust in a moment of crisis, I promise your mother would be on there. She's also a gold tier sponsor, so shout out your mama. But yeah, just that idea of that caring and loving, the hope hope and healing is what he wanted from Cosmos. So just that idea, I think kind of goes pretty well on it.
I think you're absolutely right. That does nail probably the best aspect I can think of. Yeah, truly. Yeah, it's like Zelda to Link. You know, same but different. You know, like even the characters. Like, let's get into Xenoblade right now. Right? Like,
absolutely.
So, like the contrast of how they go back and forth, how you get to Torna, one of the best like
parts of the Xenoblade series.
Yes, dude, especially coming off of 2 and how great 2 was. And how different Torna, completely different direction. And this ain't Rex, this is Laura, right? And what a character. Man, you know? On top of all the other females that have already been amazing in this series.
I was gonna say, I really want to mention Fiora, because she is the vital part to Shulk's understanding that because Shulk is fueled by anger, rage, and revenge. That's what he wants, right? That's, even though he's been manipulated through this whole thing, that is what he wants at his core. It isn't until he sees Fiora that he truly understands, there's other sides to this. But she goes deeper than that, because the whole time she's talking about understanding and recognizing other people for being people in a way that almost Shulk wouldn't have automatically. And it was her in that moment with Egil that was almost that voice that played in his head as the person who was about forgiveness and understanding, going with that idea of what Kevin was talking about, that love, that deep form of care for the world, that motherly hand that every person needs, right? It's funny because as men, we should recognize that we need to adopt some of those aspects and appreciate those for what they are, because it's essential. There is no world that could just be ran with just men, right? Because what would you be? What would the world
out
be?
Of balance? I'll tell you that much, exactly. Bro. No.
So the world of not only our world, but like that Xenoblade idea is that and then who was the god that wanted to let her children live? Right? There were 2 gods, technically 3, in the world of Xenoblade 1, right? Yes. Who was the one that wanted her children to grow and embrace the future?
Meyneth.
It was Meyneth.
Right?
Zanza was conceited and was too obsessed with this idea of worshiping him.
Yes.
People need to remember me, right?
Truly,
and so I will restart.
Yang.
Exactly.
Like, truly the corruption of power in man and the use of a godlike power.
So do you think Takahashi did that on accident? No. Like that idea of Meyneth being that yang to the yin that is the Zanza.
Female yang,
exactly.
Right? The light to the dark.
Yes.
Like it's, and that ties directly into Fiora, right? It's like Fiora is almost like her spirit is one with Meyneth when they connect, right? And you can tell right when you really know she's alive again, right when you see her, right when she comes in, and it kind of has moments where it shifts to Meyneth coming forward and talking for Fiora, and then coming back because they're just the same.
They're
like
one
on
and
the same
Yes,
wavelength. Right?
exactly. And I think that's one of the
It's beautiful.
one of the most beautiful things that Takahashi has painted in the original Xenoblade.
Yes, bro.
And also just Fiora as a character too, when you see her in the beginning.
Yeah.
And you know, I'll say potential spoilers for everything I want to talk about here.
Well, I think we've spoiled a lot already.
But also, if you listened without like really thinking about it, you don't have to. So I'm just gonna say it now.
Let's do it.
But before her like kind of death that we think of, you see who she is as a person. She's taking care of Dunban, right? This guy's, you know, he's like
her older brother,
34. He's a war veteran. Like, he can take care of himself, but she doesn't look at him that way. She's that.
She looks at him as battle scarred.
Exactly. And guess what? Shulk doesn't even look at him like that. Like, no one looks at Dunban like he's and she doesn't look like he's incapable. She looks at him with this love and this idea of
it's my duty to
I will take care of you because I love you and because it's what I want to do. And so Fiora represents that so perfectly in those first like couple of hours that she's in the game, right?
Oh, I love the first 3 hours.
Taking the sandwiches to Shulk. Remember, like that whole idea of like, I know you haven't eaten all day. I know you're like blah blah blah, and so I'll bring these to you. And he's like, oh my gosh, I haven't eaten all day. Yeah, I freaking know.
Oh yeah. That's the first heart to heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the first one you can do.
Possibly, right?
Which you kind of see.
It's an amazing picture of what the heart to hearts are.
I agree, and even just that idea of like Ryan and Shulk are like going to collect those ether cylinders. Remember? And she's like, did you boys forget something? It's like the actual things it takes to collect those. Oh, yeah. What were you going to do? You're just going to grab them with your hands?
Hello?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really think about it. And then it's just like that idea of her really steering the crew in this really wonderful way where, you know, she also influences Shulk later to spare Mumkar, which, you know, freaking... what's his name? Dunban has every reason to want to kill this guy. Revenge? Exactly. This guy betrayed him.
Left him to die.
And then is siding with the Mechon. Like, really?
Yeah.
It's like,
and also, there's almost destroyed all of Colony 9.
Right.
Like, literally massacred.
Killed his own sister. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Every reason.
But after he sees that, Shulk sees, you know, not only that these Mechon are people too, through his realization that Fiora is there, he expands that idea where it's like, dude, we're only furthering the cycle by killing. We are furthering this whole idea. It's exactly what Kevin said, that idea of conquest and violence. It's like, what does it take to stop that? A loving hand. It takes those moments of just like stopping in your tracks and really thinking about love and thinking about the important things. And you know what? I'll admit it's hard. You know, it's hard to get to those moments. But for someone like Fiora, for her to be there and almost like have those perspectives where she's thinking about everyone, it's not only admirable, but it's like she becomes one of my favorite characters. She is... Her and Shulk I see as like the main characters of that story, which is, by the way, why they were the two that you saw in that Monolith 25 anniversary thing. So once again, just saying, the two most important characters. I love.
Can I also say too that I love again? I think it even further exemplifies Fiora and Maineth as characters because it's also in the form. I think it just goes so deep in any. You can take so much away from it.
Yes,
and the takeaway I've got is you know, in that synergy between Fiora and Maineth, that is not what Shulk and Zanza have. That is manipulation. That is control. That is you are
furthering my goal
of mine for my purpose. For my
purpose,
and it's not the purpose. You find out is like selfish.
Yeah.
It's furthering his godhood. Right.
Well, what
so Shulk challenges, and Fiora exemplifies. So Maineth lets Fiora kind of looks at Fiora, I think, as what like hope for humanity. What I was unable to do in stopping Klaus, right? And also I think viewing Fiora as Shulk needs you. Yes. Shulk needs a helper like Klaus needed me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And she, even at the end, still even saw Klaus's heart.
Right.
Even in his corruption, like all this.
You're
she
talking
let
about,
herself die, bro.
You're talking about like Galea? Because I was going to say
Who was I saying? Maneth?
No,
I kept saying Maneth.
Maneth,
yeah.
but you're right about Zanza. But if you're talking about Klaus it would be Galea.
That's
because
that I am reflecting to the humanity.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I also think there's representation in that reflection of how the Earth really went so crazy. It wasn't just the Zohar, and it wasn't just the Saviorite rebels, or anything Dmitry Yuriev was doing.
It's never one.
It's not just one thing. It was all these aspects, and then Klaus viewing himself deeply down. There's two aspects of Klaus, and this is why I love this character, because he's broken down beyond 2 games, and even deeper than that too, if you think about it. But the breakdown of a man is that he yearned to save the world selflessly, but he selfishly, at the same time, he selfishly wanted this omnipotent power. And it's why a man will never be able to be a god, because he literally is torn to 2 people. Once he's given the ability, he's torn into 2. The physical man that remains, the regret, the guilt, the humanity, and then this
who doesn't abuse the power, by the way.
No.
Right?
If anything, he tried to save the world. Right. He was trying to create something. He lost. And even when people tell him, like when Malos goes and is like, "Why was I created?" Well, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, man. You were a computer chip, and I was selfish. And now we are in an aspect where you are a living being, and your will is Amalthus's, who is a bad man. And him just being like, wow, so nothing matters. Okay, I'm gonna destroy this world. And that, oh my God. Tell me this idea. Okay, I'm not kidding. Takahashi has it cracked. This idea that Malos represents the male side of this computer, which this computer has to be perfect, right? It has an arbiter which checks the male and the female side. Why do you think there has to be genders assigned to a computer? It's not.
And why is the arbiter genderless?
Exactly. So why are we looking? We're looking at it because a true balance of the smartest device possible would have to be the mind of a man, the mind of a woman, and an arbiter that works between the 3 of them.
Boom.
That's the way that it would be the smartest device on the planet.
I've never thought about that.
So once you remove both, you get Pyra and Mithra and Malos. Both can't work. They can't, because they are only a reflection of, guess what? Because it's I want to even mention this, which is so funny. I want to move this conversation now to Xenoblade 2 because I have a lot of things to say. I'm sorry I didn't say this in the first recording. I hope this is fine.
No, this is perfect.
Okay, so Pyra and Mithra, Pyra especially, being Numa and being that reflection of what Malos is. Malos is born into war, born into the vessel of a man who wants all the power, right? Who is literally what Kevin was talking about, the conquester, the murderer, the man who wants to take it all for himself.
Yep.
And he'll do anything to do so. So Malos is a reflection of that. Mithra, on the other hand, is very interesting. She is with a very good man. Adam is a very good man, but she's also confused because as much as I love Adam, I don't know if he's the right person that was there to teach Mithra. It's almost like sometimes it feels like it's a dad with a teenage daughter that he kind of didn't really ask for, is sometimes the way that their vibe is.
Very good metaphor, bro. I'm not kidding. I'm like, actually...
Don't you know what I'm saying?
100%.
And so he loves her and he's taking care of her.
A stepdaughter he didn't really ask for.
He didn't ask for it. And so he doesn't know exactly how to deal with it. So Mithra has like these complex emotions. She's very complex. And that's one of the reasons I love Mithra so much.
And Malos.
And Malos.
Like you see the complexity of their nature.
Malos is one of my favorite characters because this whole idea of like him seeing someone like Rex, who was born into the same world and yet has his own will, frustrates him so deeply.
Yes.
And yet it's what he wants to be, right? And it's why he kind of develops this relationship with Jin, where it's like, you had nowhere to go. You were lost, and you're left with nothing but this reality, the memories that you have, the mistake you made of becoming a flesh eater and eating Laura's heart, which we'll talk about Laura in a second, because you were alluding to that earlier. I really do want to talk about that. But Yeah, all those aspects. But I want to say with Mithra, there's this aspect of her where she was born into this ideology that she had to be the conquester. And it's not really what Numa really wants. And so what does she do when she's faced with her power, her murder, her conquest, everything she's done?
She has power she didn't ask for.
Once she gets that, what does she do? She mentally, not just mentally, physically, it's all metaphorical. This happens to a lot of women. This happens to a lot of even men too, where they will mentally regress and block off an aspect of themselves.
Boom.
In order to be something. So because she has this power, she was able to turn it into what is a weaker form of like pure energy and light, a fire, right? And so Pyra becomes everything Mithra is not. Everything, that caring, loving mother, the silent, sweet, people want to talk with her. Every aspect of her personality. So she creates a new self with new abilities and new powers, and
it's nerfed too.
Oh my gosh, so much. Not in Smash though. But
Smash though.
Well, I will say
he obviously didn't do his homework.
Right. I will say with Smash, it is cool because she does. Pyra doesn't have foresight, and her speed is like extremely decreased when it comes to.
I actually want to say like they did it justice.
They did it so much justice.
Late game.
Yeah.
In Xenoblade 2.
Yeah.
You're not using Pyra.
No, you're not.
Using Mithra.
Especially when it comes to those freaking what are those called? The art canceling double spinning edge. Double spinning edge.
Photon
spinning
edge.
And then you're literally
double spinning edge.
Your number,
Photon
that
edge.
little Roman numeral is just going up, and you're literally just like,
boom.
Photon. Topple. I love that. I love that voice.
I always
know.
Anchor shot.
Yeah. Anchor shot. I love that he comes back in Future Dream. So that aspect is so deep in Pyra and Mithra. This aspect of because I am kind of still going with that idea that Kevin brought up earlier in the cast. Thanks, Kevin, by the way.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, you're a real one for that. But just that idea of conquest versus nurture and healing. And what would it take to heal a broken world? And in Kevin's ideology, it would take the face of a woman, the arms of a woman. And I hope that is 100% what everyone who's listening can hear from our conversation, is that is so valuable that video games can't help but reflect that. Good storytelling can't help but reflect how truly deeply important a woman is to our world and to, these worlds that we come up with.
To balance.
So speaking of balance,
absolutely.
I want to say that idea of Laura and Jin being this perfect tie to each other, it is because they are their own arbiters, because they work well together, and they literally were too broke to afford 2 weapons, so they developed their fighting style around Jin's 1 weapon, right? Something like that is already so cool. The fact that like they're just switching weapons around and like switching in and out, so tough. Makes them perfect for the fighting mechanic of Torna.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, Laura being the character she is what keeps Jin from losing himself. And guess what? When he loses her is the moment that he loses, and he becomes something he clearly would not be proud of, right?
And he never forgets.
No.
Never.
He never could. I mean, he could if he didn't eat her flesh, but the point is he was so wrapped up.
It's like a physical metaphor for
refusing
making a huge mistake.
Yes.
Right?
The mistake of a lifetime.
Cost another,
at the cost of everything.
Well, it involves another human.
Yeah. Well, she was going to die.
She was going to die,
right?
So it wasn't really at the cost of her life.
But it was the cost of his.
How could it could mess up your psyche, though?
It's your humanity, too.
Did it.
Exactly.
Right,
so then when we learn that Klaus, or the architect, created blades to be the collection of cells and almost be like the new span of humanity, right? You kind of see that, this is all kind of Klaus's fault, but it's not what he wanted. It's not like he wanted people to suffer.
And also,
in a beautiful way.
What I'm going to show is it shows the flaws of humanity. Like, no matter what you think, you could do it better. Sure. Maybe with like some things, but when it comes to playing God as a human, there is a separation between us. There always will be. So achieving that power, you are still human. So even in his brokenness, that's probably the most perfect world possible created by a human, right? In the blink of an eye.
I completely agree.
On that side of things. I'll also say
Yes.
the world of Xenoblade 1 was also very well designed. If you think about, it seems silly, but if you think about the design from a grand scheme of things, you know what I really took away from Xenoblade 2?
Which one?
Was that the idea of blades and the fact that blades become the actual land that you that life exists on, right? And varying forms, all these different types. Like a blade becomes huge, and it enters different cycles of life. Like it's like Gramps was the only Titan that was like that. Every other Titan was like not speaking any like actual languages, and not really like some had control. I think Indol. Right? Indol province, like they had some control and stuff and could communicate. But
Tantal, they had slight communication over the turtle, remember? Because once they broke that, the turtle started diving super deep. And it was like, oh, the pressure is going to kill us.
Right. Yeah. But that's so different than a relationship. So what is a relationship, right? That is another trope I take from like that I think Takahashi got from the Bible. This idea of having a relationship with the deity, with Jesus or God or whatever.
Are you referencing Gramps or are you referencing like...
I'm actually referencing Blades because Blades is this like idea and that's where a Flesh Eater and Blade Eater that breaks this harmony, breaks the cycle. It's not supposed to happen.
No.
That's why Jin's fucked up until and everyone else is who goes through this process.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? As a Blade, you deteriorate if you do this, right? Like that one, the first
Cole.
one.
Yeah.
Cole.
Cole and his...
he was a Blade Eater.
Yeah, he was a Blade Eater, which means he was a human that was given blade cells.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the reason he kind of ages differently is because he is a human body with the abilities of a blade. What the hell
right, because Jin doesn't age. Jin doesn't deteriorate.
Neither does Nia, because she was a blade that ate the flesh of the girl she was living with. Yeah.
Right. Such a crazy name.
Yeah.
Too. It's very...
Flesh Eater.
But what I want to say is, like, it's this idea, Joshy, that I don't know if you've thought of this,
yes.
but...
Sorry, I'm just looking up Cole's name.
No, you're good. It was like a recent epiphany I had.
Minoth.
Minoth.
Yeah, you remember him?
Thank you. I do, bro.
He has such a cool design.
This idea of, like, the world, you are so in touch with the world you live on because you literally not everyone because you have to be born of it, but people develop literal bonding relationships with what will become the future of humanity. How crazy is that?
Yeah, I think that's pretty well represented in like Azurda, who was Gramps also, who is also, look at that picture.
So
tough,
bro.
dude. He is
I forgot how tough he was.
So cool. Azurda being that almost like mentor to not only Rex but to Adam and Jin, and being like a resident of Torna, and almost being this like being of like, I'm so sorry, I burped again. Freaking this being of like friendship and this being of like mentorship. That a relationship, and that idea is so powerful. Speaking of those ideas, I want to go into, because we might as well, Xenoblade 3 has one of my favorite main characters of all time. I think you agree with me. Mio is a S tier main character. She is not only and I want to mention this. She is an incredibly written character, while also I think that to a degree she's a metaphor for how some men view their girlfriends, right? And I think it can be represented in M and N, and kind of how N was willing to do anything for her, and he kind of got lost in that. This aspect of what does she want? Like this idea of like you are this like tortured soul, right? And you keep losing the person you love. Obviously, you would do anything for her. You would become Mobius. You would slaughter your children and all these ideas.
In his own words, my life means nothing.
Means nothing. Yeah,
it's all about her.
It's all about her. That's what he lived for. But there's a truth to this aspect of like synergy that Noah and Mio really found, where it's like, I want to live with you, but I won't live for you, if that makes sense. Like I want...
Like, Yeah,
you know what I'm
and
saying? Where it's
almost
like,
a way of
I'm
they
not
both
losing
have-
myself.
Yeah.
Do you remember what Noah says when he was in the prison? He was like, I would have, in that moment, I would have become Mobius. I understand you.
He
and
knows.
Exactly.
Right? He knew. I do remember.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
And I think it really is this idea of
Yeah.
like the difference, okay, is the Mio that we came to know in the story.
The one we love.
That after having really their original forms go through what they did, it took this reincarnation and this particular what we got as a story of Mio and Noah for Mio to basically be the perfect balance to not losing yourself, right? Like it's all about like the balance. You need each other's. This idea of, I think it's destroying old tropes of like, I am man, I conquer. I need woman, but woman needs me to take care of her. So it ends with the statement, woman needs me, period. But it's woman needs me, like men needs woman. We all need
each other. Exactly.
Always.
So it's not one way. That's what I meant by like living for another, where it's like that. Yes, I completely agree. But also, what was the hand that it took to change the story of our Noah and Mio? It was M and her reflection on this world and her reflection on where we all will end up. Like this idea of change, the future, looking towards, once again, like Mayneth, looking towards people like they're her children that she wants to leave and will happily sacrifice her own life in order to make that happen. And it's one of the I like that experience of playing that game of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 when it got to Mio's homecoming. I was a wreck, dude. I could not believe what I was seeing. I was like, what is this?
Literally a sob fest.
Genuinely. I still think about this because I try not to watch it because it makes me cry so deeply. But that ending scene is so beautiful because
like not like the very end.
I'm talking about the very end.
Oh, yeah.
When they're running towards each other and like the worlds are separated and they're running as fast as possible and the worlds are splitting.
Oh man.
I cry so hard because they said their goodbyes and they're standing and they're looking, and it's this idea of like, no, I will chase after you, I will run with you. And it's not him running at her, it's not her just running for him, it's like them both running to
that's
see
the thing,
each
right?
other.
It's not him. He doesn't have her on a leash.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not like, I found a way, and come with me.
Yeah,
he's not pulling
exactly
her.
They are choosing to run towards each other, but it's so tragic at the same time.
I know, bro.
And
you know what I think about with that homecoming scene?
Yes.
Is that, think about it from like a human standpoint. Like let's make it real.
Right.
If you're in love with somebody, okay,
yes,
like to the degree that we saw with Noah and Mio, she had this experience of, you know, having truth come upon her instantly, right? So basically she gets possessed by M, right? And she instantly knows all these things. And so I think especially like it commonly, it's more difficult for women to handle their emotions than guys, right? It's a part of the differentiating factor of what makes them so nurturing, right? And why they're just so much socially better than we ever have been, or guys, right? And so Mio, I think like I could really see any other character that's not mature enough, that's not ready for it, gets that info. She knows what she needs to do. She knows what M's plan is, and what this is. Mio's job. Mio's job is to enact the plan. Without knowing.
And what they had like a week.
They had 1 week, so she had to spend a week with him, and she knew she could not do anything to give away this plan,
which is crazy.
Both of them knew this, right?
But she is left with her memories,
right?
So she knows.
So she had to fight.
Both
of them had to fight active emotions because they both are in love and know this man better than anybody.
That's so incredible because I remember exactly what she said. She was like, if I had another year, I'd want to spend it with my Noah. Which brings on a whole different term when you know who that is.
Yes.
But also made me cry when I heard it because it's such a kind of like obviously a sweet idea, but it's so emotionally crazy and makes me want to cry. Crazy. So I think since we've gone all the way, I think there's something really beautifully stated about just a quick one about Future Redeemed.
Oh yeah.
Which is this idea of one part that I loved so much was this aspect of Rex and his daughter, because we know how Rex is with his his girlfriend and such, but just this idea that she wanted this purpose so bad. Every human being would want a purpose so bad, and him constantly like yelling at her and being like, I deserve, I expect better. And Shulk sometimes even just being like, hey man, maybe you should chill out a little bit.
You should
chill, because you're definitely like you're going pretty hard. But this idea that the love that he holds for her is one that he needs a mother to provide, that he wants to, and he steps up in his own ways, and I won't say too much, but I will just say, these things, like Glimmer's confusion on life could have been solved if Pyra was there, to be honest with you. That idea of a mother and that idea of a loving hand could do a lot more than Rex, some old guy who's screaming at her. But
what do you mean?
We accidentally made this a Xenoblade breakdown episode, but I did want to mention one more game.
Some of the most fascinating and
it's
best
some of the
written,
best. That's what I'm saying.
Characters, which they're getting all the highlights.
Takahashi,
episode,
bro.
Man. Yeah,
Takahashi knows what he's doing. He has a very deep love for humanity, I think, and a deep love for women and men and people. You know what I mean?
I agree, man.
I wanted to say one that's a little bit out there, but since we're talking about female main characters, I can't remember if we talked about this.
Pretzel.
Yeah, bonus pretzel, baby.
Bonus pretzel. Dip that bitch.
I love Ellie so much. And I don't want to say too much, but
Last of Us
Part 2. Yes.
Oh, Part 2 specifically?
Part 2 specifically because Joel takes the reign as a father in the first game. And I'll just say right now,
it's like Joel's
quick spoilers. I'm not going to say too much, but just if you're skip a couple minutes ahead.
Okay.
But I'm not going to say anything. I just wanted to say, the second game is much more about her and about her journey and what she has to face as a person, because I think she has a very unique look on the world, especially having skip ahead, having lost a father, right? There's something that is very important about that.
A father that wasn't even her father.
Right.
But he was her father.
But he was her father.
Oh, yeah.
It's like what Yondu
That's
said.
what makes it so...
Remember what Yondu said?
Literally, bro.
It may have been your father, boy, but it sure as hell wasn't your daddy. It's true. But just on her for a second, she's faced with a lot of things. She's faced with a lot of guilt. She's faced with a lot of confusion on their or just there has to be a reason. There has to be a point to the the death of whatever.
Purpose.
There has to be purpose to it. And to be honest, it feels like sometimes she is, without knowing it, the damsel that needs to be saved sometimes, and Dina constantly plays that hand too, because Dina is a kind, loving woman who truly will do things for Ellie. Do you remember Dina? Remember her? Yeah, she's I really love her. I think she is one of my favorite characters.
I want to see more,
because I was going to say there's so much more to it, that it's kind of even just I don't want to say too much because I really don't want to spoil, but shout out Dina, shout out Ellie, and I will also say no spoilers or anything. No, I'm not going to say it. Okay, but I don't want to. I care a lot about spoilers. I know you don't as much.
It's okay.
I don't want to mess up.
I know anyone out there probably appreciates it.
Yeah, I think, and also if you haven't, go play Last of Us Part 2. Holy shit, is it an incredible game.
Please.
I mean, Sam's probably just gonna watch the HBO one. Huh?
The
trailer came out.
I honestly really want to play the remaster. I really want to pay the $10, and I really want to go through it with Kendall. And she's also down, so
good.
I got no excuse. Josh, are you ready to wrap this?
Yeah, let's wrap this.
Yeah, let's wrap it right here, baby. I think we got all the ladies with the shout outs this episode. I love all the ones we threw in at the end here. I think we did justice.
I think we did
off of our last recording.
We also went through every single game in the Xenoblade series. So
we sure did.
We
man.
absolutely did.
My top pick, by the way, for the series for female is definitely Fiora. I just have to say that.
You're what?
My top female for the Xenoblade series is Fiora. Fiora. But you know what I will say?
Or Pyra, bro.
Pyra's great. Pyra's amazing. But my first Xenoblade game was
Xenoblade 1.
Xenoblade 1.
That's right.
And there's a special thing there for me of Shulk, Fiora, and Dunban. Dude, it's the whole freaking party. It's
Riki, Ryan, Charla, Melia. Come on.
You already know. And so
all
Melia
bangers.
Specifically, that's a character where finally, after like really going through it in the first base game.
Dude, we didn't really talk about Melia. She deserves it.
Well, she deserves it because she's a genuine princess, right? Yes. Yeah, so exactly. It's like you get through the entirety of the series and wrap up Melia.
Yes.
A lot more to love and appreciate about her, especially because I appreciate where she came from. I appreciate when you run into her. Yeah. Personally, I wasn't even expecting her to be a party member. Yeah. I didn't know who the cast was.
Me too.
So I didn't know she was going to be a party member. Yeah. And just the way she handles people, outsiders, the way she handles, like, she's just very about, like, her lineage and royalty, and she has a mission, you know? And the party pulls her out of that. The party shows her there's more to fight for than just your kingdom.
Agreed.
What about us? What about everyone else? You know? What about the less privileged? And it changes so much within her that she goes on a mission to literally single-handedly, basically, save this world with Nia on the other side. Isn't that crazy?
No, it's incredible. Because that's why also one of the reasons why she's one of my favorites, because she takes that responsibility. You see her take it, which she's obviously nervous about in Future Connected, but she takes it and she runs with it. And there's no question why each of these worlds had a queen instead of a king on each side, because these worlds, from what it seemed like, had found peace to a degree, right? And it seems like everyone was able, especially in the Xenoblade Chronicles 1 world, everyone was able to find this commonality with the way we see them all walking together.
Oh yeah.
Also looked this up just to be funny. Melia is 88 years old. Did you know this?
What? Wait, when? Like when you
in Xenoblade Chronicles 1.
Shut up.
Yeah, you didn't check the chart?
No.
I couldn't remember if it was like 90, but she's 88. Yeah, she's 88.
She's an old woman.
It also makes it sus that
she's kind of a cougar.
I was gonna say for Shulk. She should have gone for Dunban.
Maybe she saw the Zanza soul within, and she's like, well, he's an old soul.
He's an old soul. She's like, I don't know.
Who wouldn't go after Shulk though? Come on, bro.
Shulk's an old soul.
So charming.
He's charming. He's beautiful, and he's autistic. So why would you? He's so autistic. If you've replayed those games, dude, I'm not kidding. Like that is, and that's not an insult. That's like that's a genuine truth in this. He is so hyper fixated on the Monado. Yeah. He will constantly like especially that scene where Ryan picks up the Monado and is like slashing it. And like it slashes to Fiora,
right?
And like he's like you're fine. It wouldn't even hurt you. Like no big deal. And he's like looking at his little parts. He's like my pods, they're broken. My toys are broken.
I know, and I love Nicole, right?
Nicole, yeah.
He is really exemplifying a lot of that.
He's literally Shulk's son with a mixture of Fiora's heart.
Yeah, but could you imagine being Shulk but born in the world of Ionios? Because he had Fiora, Ryan, and Dunban to keep him insane.
He really did.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how he
Shulk, bro. Yeah, like, but you see Nicole, bro. Shulk would not thrive in the world of Ionios, all about war. Are you serious?
He'd be like Nicole. He wouldn't even be able to summon a weapon.
It's beautiful, bro. So, Joshy, for the beginning of our epilogue here, I do have a short class trial here for you.
Oh yeah.
I do have a few questions I was going to ask you and Johnny if we didn't complete our goal, by the way, of finishing the cast with Johnny. Obviously, we didn't say that.
No,
but we did have that goal. It will happen shortly.
Yes, we will.
He's finished before, you know,
yeah.
but he's making it a soft goal.
No,
because,
a soft goal for
we
sure.
we just get a little distracted. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Joshy, I have question number 1
Okay.
for you.
Ready.
It is. And these are all very out there. I think it's
Okay.
just very fun. It's all under the same umbrella of our main topic,
Okay.
Joshy. Can you tell me who the world's first female video game protagonist was?
Was it Samus?
It wasn't, but Samus was one of the first.
Okay.
Yes. I will say, I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It was a game on the Atari 2600.
Ah, fuck.
It was a game called Wabbit with a W.
Wow.
1982 was the release date.
What?
First playable female protagonist in video game history.
What?
Do you want to know her name?
Yes.
Billy Sue.
Billy Sue.
Billy Sue, which borrows a lot of elements from Dorothy Gale, the protagonist of Wizard of Oz.
No way.
Yes, sir.
Wow. So she's like, wow, very cool. I didn't know
Crazy.
this.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
I didn't know either. So the more you know.
Very
Let's go to one you might know.
Oh.
Just based on your own history with Disney.
That's
Okay.
true.
So there is literally a Disney game about princesses. I don't know if you know, but Disney's pretty about princesses.
Yeah.
The theme they got.
Disney
right?
princess is like something you hear.
Exactly.
Disney
Yeah.
princess.
Well, they get training too. Like for Disneyland, they have like
Right.
princess training, so they're
Yes.
not allowed to say a lot of things.
Right.
They have to like treat posture.
They can't
a
say
certain way.
fuck.
They can't say
Yeah.
that word, bro. Absolutely not. Joshie, my question is,
Yes.
in the original Kingdom Hearts, this theme transcends, but in the original,
Mm-hmm.
you saw that first trailer.
Yes, I did.
I know you know a little bit about it.
I know
So
a
the
bit
plot
about it.
is set up
Yes.
that Sora has to rescue the 7 princesses of Heart.
Okay.
Can you tell me who those princesses are?
Okay.
And to make it
I already know.
even more fun for you,
Yeah.
if you can tell me all 7 originally, I will be extremely impressed,
Okay.
and you will win everything. You'll win the whole grand prize right now.
Okay,
But I have bonus princesses that were introduced later in the series
Okay.
that I will count. So
7 princesses.
7.
Okay, starting off, I know one is Snow White because at the beginning of the first trailer you showed me, Snow White appears underneath him. You remember that?
That's right.
Okay, I'm gonna say the second one is Cinderella,
Yep,
and then I'm gonna say Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
that's right.
I'm gonna say Sleeping Beauty, Adele. What's her name?
You got it.
Ad-
It is an A.
Aurora.
Aurora. You
yeah.
got it, baby.
Aurora. Okay, how many am I at?
So you have Aurora,
Belle,
Belle,
Cinderella,
Cinderella.
Snow White.
Snow White.
Snow White.
You got 4.
Okay, sweet.
We're doing great.
You said Aurora. So we're at 4. Let me think. Just 3 more. 3 more in the original. Okay.
Take all the time you need.
Yeah, I might.
You can do this, bro.
I know I can. Because I also
Think about the
I know
worlds.
Disney. Oh,
right? Yeah, the worlds that pop up.
Ariel.
Ariel is a princess in
But
the game,
she's-
but she
she's-
is not a princess of
She's not
Heart.
one of the 7.
Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
You even in Kingdom Hearts 1, she has an entire world,
Huh.
and she's not a princess. Okay, but then later in the series, they make a meme out of it. We always get what's it called? Under the Sea. Like what would her world be called?
The ocean.
The ocean. Yeah. So Under the Sea. Okay.
Yeah.
It turns into a musical in every game.
Oh,
So
yeah.
When you unlock the world, it's like
Yeah.
a whole musical bit that has nothing to do with the plot.
I
Yeah.
love it.
It's very fun. But she is not a princess. of Heart.
Interesting.
So I'm not going to count her.
Sure. Okay. Do I lose a point for guessing that? Or
No,
anything?
no,
Oh, cool,
I'll
okay.
take all the guesses.
Cool. Can I also guess? I'm trying to remember the OGs, like the originals,
Yeah.
which I feel like I have.
If you can remember some of the worlds, it will really help.
I do not know the worlds though.
And I have hints coming your way if
Well-
you would like.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
Pocahontas one?
Pocahontas is not one.
Shoot.
I don't think they've done Pocahontas, featured Pocahontas
Oh, really?
at all. Yeah.
Might be a little too out there.
Do you know what the first world is in the first game?
Is it Snow White?
It's not Snow White. You actually don't. Snow White is already captured in the plot when you start the game.
Oh.
When they start revealing the shadowy figures from behind, they show Snow White's already captured. You don't go to Snow White's world until Birth by Sleep.
Oh, I see. Okay, then the first level, is it Is it Beauty and the Beast?
No, but Beauty and the Beast is the second level.
Huh. Let me see.
So, with that logic,
Cinderella?
you said Cinderella already. You got
Yeah.
Cinderella. But the princess in Beauty and the Beast?
Belle?
Belle.
I already said Belle.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's a good hint for one I already have. But yeah, I don't know. Shit.
Okay, there's a summon in the game.
Just summon.
And his name's Genie.
Oh my god, Jasmine.
Jasmine,
I forgot about 11. Shit.
We also have...
Let's see. So I just need 2 more?
Did you actually get Belle?
Dude,
I
yeah.
don't remember. So
I said Snow White, because I went in like what I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Snow White, I said Cinderella, Belle from Beauty and the Beast, Aurora, right? And then I needed 3 more after that.
Jasmine.
Remember?
Yep.
And then Jasmine, I need
You're
2
right.
more.
You need 2 more.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Think of the wackiest old school Disney movie, like in the cartoon art style. Okay. There's one that's particularly acid trippy. A little whack.
Fantasia?
No, but you're on the right track.
Yeah. Fantasia 2000.
Who's the princess?
The dragon?
Queen Minnie.
Yeah. Oh, true. A trippy one.
Queen.
Oh, the Queen of Hearts.
The Queen of Hearts is in the world we're talking.
Is it Alice?
It's Alice.
Alice
baby.
isn't a princess in the movie.
She is a princess of heart
Oh.
in Kingdom Hearts.
Very interesting.
Wouldn't you
Okay,
know? So
Alice-
I guess
Alice
she
in
sure
Wonderland.
is a Disney princess.
So then I have
we're
one
missing
more.
one.
Dang, it could be anything if Alice is in there.
I know.
Shoot.
But I'm gonna be honest. The last one is not a Disney princess. Not an original Disney character at all.
Oh, so they're only from...
Only from Kingdom Hearts,
Shit.
actually. And nothing else.
Is it that girl
What girl?
from the intro you showed me?
Her name's Kyrie.
It's Kyrie then?
Kyrie. Yep. So that is the 7th princess.
Go,
of Heart.
baby.
I would have taken, though, any some other worlds featured in Kingdom Hearts
Yes.
3 is Tangled. So
Oh, yes, I
Rapunzel
do know
becomes
that.
one.
Yeah.
They also have Frozen.
Right.
So Anna and Elsa
That's
both
right.
count as well.
Ah.
And those are all of the used Disney princesses.
Very
of
cool.
Heart. There
Let's
are
go.
other Disney princesses in the game.
Right.
but
Like
for the
Ariel.
plot,
Right.
they have 13 members of Organization 13. They have 7 princesses of Heart. I think you know where this is going. There's a lot of lore, thematics, and theology.
13 and 7.
Just like Takahashi's creation. So, Joshie, our last question.
There's 7 party members in the original Xenoblade game.
There is.
Yeah.
There is.
Something to think about.
Can you tell me
Lucky 7.
what games,
Yes.
besides Echoes of Wisdom, that Zelda is a playable character?
Playable.
Yes.
So there's a game.
I will
on
take
the
series
CDI.
as an answer, by the way.
Series.
Yeah, so there's a series and there's multiple games. Series.
Okay.
I'll take that as an
So
answer.
they don't have to be original games.
They're just like
Zelda games?
They don't have to be an original Zelda game. Yeah, correct. So
Yes.
just any game that
Okay.
features Princess Zelda as a playable character. And I'm not counting Mario Maker as a skin. I'm
Okay,
counting
okay.
like an actual Zelda as a character.
Okay. So then not Smash Bros.
Smash Bros.
You will count Smash Bros.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll Melee on.
Yep.
All the Smash Bros.
Yep.
Using every single one.
Nailed it.
Um,
Also considered for Smash 64.
she's also playable in both Hyrule Warriors,
Damn right
That's
she
right.
is.
and then she's also in Zelda CDI. I think it's called The Forces of Evil. Did you
she
write that
actually?
one? Did you write that one down?
No, I didn't.
Bonus point, baby.
Bonus point, baby. She
Remember
is.
I mentioned that?
Wow.
Remember? Look up Zelda: The Forces of Evil.
Yeah, I
Or
remember.
it's-
I remember you talking about
or
it.
it's Zelda
I just don't remember
something.
if she was playable. I didn't
Yeah.
know that at all.
No, she's the main character. That was one of my trivia questions. Was what game was before Echoes of Wisdom was announced?
Oh,
Was the only main line. Okay, so then I'm also gonna
Yeah,
say
so you're cruising.
Cadence of Hyrule. which is also
Boom,
on
baby.
there. We're not doing skins.
To be honest, you completed my list.
Oh, that's all you got?
I got Smash Bros, the Hyrule Warriors games, Cadence of Hyrule, and then I thought about Mario Maker, but I'm like, nah, I won't count that. So that's all I had for you. But you got the CDI. Is there another game you can think
I'm
of?
trying to think. No, I think that's it. I think that's all I got.
Oh, I got it right here. The
What?
CDI game based on Legend of Zelda series, Link, The Faces of Evil. Also in Zelda,
Oh, yeah,
the
Link.
Wand of Gamelon.
The Wand of Gamelon, that's what it was.
And Zelda's Adventure. What?
Yeah, they.
Oh, Zelda's Adventure is another CDI game.
Yeah, it's like a different style. It's
Got it. Okay. That's it.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
I think that's all I got, but I got a bonus.
That is beautiful, Joshy. We did amazing. Let's segue here into our Uncle Iroh section
Yes,
of
sir.
the show, our Proverbs Spotlight of the week, my man.
sir.
I have a beautiful quote here. It's funny.
I'm excited.
We were talking about Xenoblade so much because who do you think this quote is from, my friend?
Takahashi?
Not just Takahashi. Well, written by him, obviously.
Yes.
But it is Mio.
Mio.
And she said, finding a path that lets us all live. I will make that my mission.
Oh, love her. I love Mio so much.
So much, bro.
Love her so much.
Seriously. So much to love about all how amazing this medium is, how amazing this time is, that we have such complete stories.
I also love that complete story, but also like an essential point to like Noah and Mio. I don't think they can exist well without each other. I think they are perfectly balanced as a duo protagonist. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like Noah, he says it himself. He would fall into despair if it weren't for, Mio.
Yeah.
Right? He would have fallen into the hands of Zed. And so they take their own hands together and face Zed. The end. I love it.
The end, baby. Speaking of the end, Joshy,
right
it
here.
is the end of episode 55 officially. That is a wrap, my friends, of this week's episode of the Flash Bros podcast. Thank you so much for joining us and being on today's voyage with us. I know Joshy and I always having a great time.
Yeah.
I know Johnny is too, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's no longer with us right now. But
rest in peace.
But Johnny,
we love him.
We'll see you again soon, buddy.
We
Fucking
will.
love you, man. Josh, just plug one last
that
time.
shit up.
Actually, you know what? I don't think we ever plugged. So
Let's
give
plug.
the multi-tap spiel, my friends. This has been the official Flash Bros podcast.
Yeah.
The show is weekly and essentially two best friends sharing casual discussions centered around whatever we want to talk about. Blending retro and modern topics framed around anime, gaming, and our further diverse and individual passions. We got a lot to share on the show, and we want your input as well. So if you want to write into the show and add to the conversation, be a part of it, we encourage that. Write us in, check out our website. We do everything through Patreon.
That's right.
That will be patreon.com/FlashBrosPodcast. Where you'll also find, Joshy, that we have a gold tier sponsorship. So if you're wondering what we were talking about, for all those special shout outs, what we shout out every episode, it is our gold tier sponsors, a member of our exclusive family on board with us. And if you also heard us talking about pregame, that is an example of some of the bonus content, the premium content. You get access to all of it when you become a part of our gold tier sponsorship.
And I want to say, I genuinely think that we have some of the best episodes of our show,
of the show
in general,
period.
Are some episodes of pregame.
Locked behind pregame.
Huge shout outs to a lot of those episodes we did.
Dude,
seriously,
absolutely.
We go into it.
You could call it the Flash Bros Unfiltered.
It really is.
To be honest, it's not really structured at all and has nothing to do with gaming or anything. It's just casual discussion, conversation between whoever's recording. If it's just Josh and I, or maybe Johnny's with us, we just record for like half an hour to an hour. Yeah, we've had plenty of people.
Azzy and Dorian,
absolutely, or Sweet Adrel himself, maybe Lene Lovelady sometime. Mikey Sandoval coming on soon.
Oh yeah.
So, guys, get involved. Otherwise,
involved.
you can send us an email as well. That'd be flashbrospodcast@gmail.com.
That's right.
And our focus is set, by the way, on building this community that we vision. But otherwise, we're just hanging out. So spreading those positive vibes, all that love, Josh.
Oh yeah.
That's what we're all about. Having a good time. Having a good time. You can find us anywhere, my friends, Spotify, YouTube, whatever you want to use.
Yep.
We base everything, actually, we host the podcast on Spotify. So you can post a comment on every episode on Spotify or on YouTube if you also want to get write-ins submitted that way.
Agree.
So with that being said, Joshy, we appreciate all of you. We love you.
We love you so much.
We will see you all next week.
Yes, sir.
Be safe, spread love, and enjoy your rest of your week.
And go hug a girl.
Go hug a girl.
Go hug a woman. If it's your mother, if your mother's not with you, grandmother, if she's not with you, go hug a friend, a lover.
Call your grandma right now.
That's what I'm saying. Do it if you can. Shout out girlies. We love the girlies.